right, let's just go straight here. Let's go straight here. Okay. So then you guys can see, and then they can see jump gate. All right,
Jump
welcome,
it.
welcome, welcome. We're going here early instead of over there because we've upgraded. We've done an upgrade. Sorry, in the middle. So very recently, Roll20 has upgraded their engine, which, in all honesty, was a bit of a surprise to me because usually they just make things worse. And so I tried it out just today because I only realized it was happening when I was just checking the campaign to do a little, last minute prep work. And by that I just mean I look over everything and make sure that that I have actually prepped everything, that I'm not missing anything. But so this is Jumpgate. This is the new engine. It probably looks fairly similar to you guys, but you might notice that it's a lot smoother. They've managed to bring their engine into the next decade finally, and so things look a little better. Things are a little sharper. Things are smoother. The players can now rotate their tokens. Imagine that. They can now flip their tokens left and right. So I don't have to do it for them. There's even some other stuff that I haven't even shown the players yet, but we'll show soon.
Secrets?
Yeah.
Secret.
And so we got some new stuff to play with, and everything looks a little better. It uses less resources on people's computers, so it's just kind of an improvement across the board from what I can tell. Now this is, again, we're playing this right now, this session. This is my first time in this new engine, so I'm not quite sure all the little changes they've made at this point. I haven't really explored it too much yet. I've just kind of taken a cursory glance, but obviously if things go bad, there is a copy of this campaign in the old engine, so we can always just shift back.
I'm
But
back.
I thought, well, we might as well try the new engine. Welcome back again. And so we're testing out the new engine, and everything seems to be better. So let's mess around with it. Thanks for the 22 months, Mimic Tavern. True. New engine hype. Yeah, you're right, Bluefin. Thanks for the 22 months. Okay, so let's get back into our recap. We get right into it, so we can experience Jumpgate. I do appreciate giving it a cool sci-fi name. Anyways, so previously on Gaunt's Gold, the party are in the preparation phase of their grand heist when they will attempt to rob the vault of Lady Gwendolyn Gaunt in the Evermore Bank and Holdings, one of the most secure locations on the entire continent. And as they were preparing and casing the joint and figuring out what they would need for the eventual day of the heist, they've gotten themselves mixed up in a bunch of little misadventures and side quests, in which they're trying to help a few allies and gain some resources for the heist. And so just recently, in an attempt to help two farmers down in the Stilt district, they are attempting to get their hands on some alchemical components, and in doing so, they ended up asking the court wizard of the Marissois family, the stewards of Marenhall, the city they're in, for some help in procuring those supplies. But she mentioned that there was an illicit alchemy den that she couldn't officially look into in case she caused a scene, but that if someone happened to look into it for her, she would be much obliged. And so the party made their way to that mysterious little building down in the stilts, and with the help of a special spell from the court wizard, Alicia, they broke in. But upon breaking in, they found that the illicit alchemy den was actually the lair of a beholder by the name of Belshazzar. And after getting into a confrontation and conflict with Belshazzar, they managed to defeat him and kill him. And they explored his lab a little bit and truly learned just what nefarious purposes he was up to, as he was there in Marinhall researching some of these strange demonic occurrences that had been happening in the city over the past few years. Only he didn't want to stop those occurrences, he wanted to make them worse. And wanted to get down to the source of it so that he could use those findings for himself. And he mentioned that the occurrences, the energy readings that he was getting in his alchemy research, all of those etheric disturbances were at their strongest in one place in the city. Do we remember? Chat, do we remember, players? Where that spot was?
Maybe.
They don't. All right. Never mind.
Oops. Oh, dang.
I suffered a traumatic event. I don't remember much.
In his notes, Belshazzar mentioned that through all of his research, he found that the demonic energy was at its strongest surrounding Gaunt Manor.
Dun, dun, dun.
And so, after having defeated Belshazzar and freed the captive little test subject he had there, a Nothic by the name of quote-unquote Dandelion, the party have now left the little underground alchemy den and are planning to make their way back to speak with Alicia to tell them what they found, to tell her what they found. So that's where we left off, and that's where we'll return. So let's head on back to the stilts, shall we? Should we see if this map loads faster? Imagine that if it loaded faster.
Ooh. Ooh.
This is where we figure out that all the other maps are broken.
Oh, God.
Oh, there we go.
Surprise.
That loaded really fast for me.
Okay, so that was actually faster, yes. Just didn't do the blurry thing. It just waited and then loaded it properly. Okay, so you all make your way out of the alchemy den, out of that old mildew-smelling, dusty building, and back out into the Stilts district, where the water is kind of sloshing around these perches that sit out in the harbor. And I believe you left a little extra note
Yep.
on the
It
grapes
was
telling
very
people
strongly worded.
do not eat these. Really don't eat these.
And we also
um,
told Roha to tell people to not.
Yes, you also advised the two farmers, Spira and Roha, who you were aiding with the alchemy in the first place, to kind of steer people away from those demonic tainted grapes that you guys had so indulged before.
Well,
And so, as you guys finish up with that, and you regroup back out in front of the underground alchemy den, what do you do? Last time you said you wanted to head just kind of right back to Alicia, I believe. So
Yes.
yeah.
you can choose to do so if you want.
Works for me.
Yeah.
Very well. All right. So you make your way back through the stilts, across the bridges, making sure to, hop on one foot?
Huh.
Yes.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
And you wind your way back through the city up toward the Mariswa estate and arrive at the front gates. I'll just bring you right there. So you arrive at the portcullis in the noble district. where you can see the two dutiful guards waiting. Aja kind of like nods as you approach from a distance, recognizing you all as you visited several times.
Oh my gosh, it is so much smoother to move
I know,
characters
right?
around.
So as you approach, they kind of like step in the way, just in general. That like that's their instinct, as they've done it a million times. But Aja just kind of takes an extra step forward and says, "Back on business for the court wizard. She mentioned something about errand she'd sent you on."
Yes, we're actually, done with said errand.
All right. Well, I think she should be around. I can bring you in.
Yes, please.
Open the gate. And there's a round.
Wow,
As
so
the,
immersive.
Yeah, wow.
That was
as
like
the
the
pork tells
echo
us.
effects for the guy in the well.
And she leads you in. So she takes you back across the yard into the kind of central ballroom where you once visited before. And instead of turning towards the garden this time, she actually makes her way across the room. And she speaks briefly with one of the knights as you guys kind of follow her across the room.
Dina, don't touch that. What? Don't touch it. Because it's expensive.
But it's so pretty.
I know, but if you damage it, there's no way we'll be able to pay for it.
What? Why are you so sure that I'm gonna damage it?
You never know.
As she says that, her arm like slips on it.
Oh my goodness, Antina. No. Come here. And Cersei's gonna grab her arm. It's like, let's go this way. Away from the expensive piano, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
So by the time you make your way over to Aja, she's already kind of turned back towards you guys and says, that seems like the court wizard is in her chambers, but you can just go up there. I'm sure she'll be eager. She did tell me to just escort you guys right up when you've completed the errand. She seemed, well, eager to see it done. Didn't tell me what it was, though.
Well, we'll go up right away. Haha.
So she kind of leads you through a set of twin doors that you've not been through before. And the twin doors lead into kind of like a tangle of hallways. And you follow after Aja because you realize that you'd probably get very lost if you wandered off. But Aja leads you upwards, up several different staircases until you eventually realize that you're kind of in the far corner of the estate. Upon which you arrive at the sort of base of a spiral staircase that leads up a tower. And Aja just kind of gestures with her head and leads you up. And you arrive at the very, very top. You can see as you're walking up the sort of stone tower that there are these little windows along the way. And you can just kind of see that you're getting higher and higher up the further you go until you can see sort of the whole estate laid out before you. And then you arrive at a little wooden door at the very top. And Aja just stops. She knocks politely. And then you hear from behind the door just, "Oh, come in." And then Aja steps out of the way and just gestures for you guys to go in. What do you do?
I'm going.
Yeah,
I
go on.
figured,
Go on,
but I'd rather you say it.
Nope, we turn around and leave.
We jump out the window.
You can do that if you want. Not hurt though.
That would be a bit of a wild card choice. Change the entire vibe of this session.
So you arrive in a comfortable little bedroom.
Ooh. Teddy bear on the bed. Stop.
So cute.
Cute.
And Alicia is on the far side of the room and kind of waves at you all as you enter and says, well, that was quite quick.
Well, you know, we are kind of experts at, you know, doing errands. Oh no, I'm stuck. Thank you.
Well, please do come in and make yourselves at home. She like looks around her room for a second, realizes she doesn't have anywhere for anyone to sit. She doesn't have any furniture for company, and says, "Oh, well, you could sit on the bed if you want."
Oh.
But please do make yourselves comfortable.
I'm gonna take a seat on the floor, like right here. Not sitting in the circle, but just in front of it.
So the lines that she's kind of drawn here, these are carved into the floor, Anthena.
Ooh.
And the white of them appears to be paint, kind of like a carving that has then been like painted into the groove.
Ooh.
But the four circles that are sort of within it appear to be like shimmering slightly with, as though they're like kind of just glass embedded right into the wood. Almost a little bit kind of puzzling how it got there, as it's sitting flush with the wood itself.
What was that nat 20 for? What are you doing?
Oh my god.
Oh god.
What are we talking about? That was a test roll from earlier.
Oh my gosh. I thought it just appeared. Oh my god. I thought you
No, I was rolling to see how everything worked, and I got a net 20, but that was earlier. That's not now.
Okay.
I roll
not
to
out.
see if that bed will hold if he jumps on it.
I've always wanted to jump on a bed.
Oh,
Bam!
no. Oh god, no!
all 8 feet tall of him, just blam. Yeah.
I mean, you can if you want to.
Don't do that, please.
You Christ,
Please,
the Teddy! You can't do that!
Oh. Stop.
No, that's worse!
What is wrong
We
with
were just
you?
laughing and having a fun time. Why would you do
You
this?
ruined it.
I ruined it.
My heart!
It's too early.
But, Alicia kind of like sits down at her desk and like turns around on the stool so that she's facing you, and then says, "But if you're here, then you have news of the little secret mission I sent you on."
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Happy to report that it's completed, I guess. Actually, I'm sure Leah should probably be the one to tell you about what we found in there, because I'm not going to pretend to understand it.
Yeah. Well, I can't quite tell you I understand much either, but we encountered a beholder who is dead now.
older, you say?
Yes.
That's not what I was expecting to be down there. I thought perhaps some sort of criminal operation, not.
Yes, well, he. I'm not quite sure how to put this. He took, I suppose, someone's home and repurposed it for his own. I don't want to say academical needs, as I don't quite believe beholders should be in any academic space. However, it
Well,
was
they
odd.
are the forerunners in a lot of academic research, in terms of magic at least. Though they're not often one to share it.
He was so. He was the type of arcanist I'm not a big fan of, which is the mean kind. But
He was
Understandable.
quite mean.
he was very mean. He's been doing research on. Well, I don't really know how to put it.
Maybe this would suffice. So we're just gonna walk over and hand her that book. Like a speaky
Journal,
book.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hand it to her and she opens it and it does the same thing that it did for you guys, where it just kind of starts talking and glowing. And as soon as it starts talking, she just like winces and kind of cringes at the loud voice, and then just swipes her hand across it, and the talking stops and the glowing goes away.
She's so
Wow.
cool.
What an annoying charm. And then you see her just quickly scan the page. I see. So he was in Marinhall researching demonic occurrences. And yes, I see. You were saying he took over someone else's dandelion. Don't know any dandelion. She kind of like scrunches up her face and looks off into the distance. Dandelion? I wonder. A while back. No, I thought he left. Oh. Perhaps he didn't leave town then. There was an apprentice, an amateur wizard who lived in town, but his name was Dandelion.
Oh my gosh, that makes sense.
I thought he just sort of gave up and left town, but I suppose maybe that was a little presumptuous of me.
Yes, no, we found. I don't want to say it was. Well, it was him, but not. He has been turned into
Yes, the book
something.
describes a transformation.
Yes. Refresh my memory. What's it called?
A Nothic.
I forget. A Nothic. Okay. Yeah. He was turned into a Nothic, which I had no idea were real, for one, but we found one. And he's there, hopefully not causing any trouble, but I believe that is possibly what happened to Dandelion.
Yes, I have heard tell of wizards delving too far into forbidden knowledge and changing themselves into Nothics. I've not seen anyone forcibly induce the procedure. I suppose if anything can occur, then phenomena can be induced. Strange. And this, the Nothic, well, Dandelion, I suppose. He's alive and well then?
Yes, I mean, he's still in the basement. I believe furthering his knowledge, as Nothics all want to do. But
I don't know that will help him much.
no.
Part of how wizards become Nothics, I don't think it will help him change back. Wizards lose themselves so much in their studies that they malform into Nothics, and well, delving deeper into research might only harm him further.
Are you aware of any way to reverse this change?
Not that I know of, but I suppose it might not reverse the procedure, but it might at least stabilize the creature. Nothics go mad and lose their memories, so I suppose if you could remind him of his old life, that might help keep him in his own right mind. The longer they pursue knowledge, the more feral they become. At least how I understood it from the books.
Perhaps giving him access to that library was not the best idea.
Perhaps not.
What? We will remedy that, as there is a skull that warrants removal.
Oh, not
Oh?
the skull again.
A skull of the beholder or someone else?
Indeed! No, the beholder's skull. And I was very clear to my friends that it was something that I wished to study, so we will be returning at some point to remove this skull.
Oh, well, I suppose you've done the errand for me, so I guess if that went missing, it wouldn't be the end of the world.
Well, I also don't intend on keeping it forever. I'd just like to study it a little bit, but of course, if you'd like to have it, I would be more than willing to let it find some use than sitting up in an attic.
Yes, if you know where to put it and you've completed your research on it, I suppose you could leave it here. And I'd take a look.
Wonderful.
But you found what you were looking for in the laboratory, then?
Yes, we did. Who has that? Is it Leah or Sarisa or Adina or Gega? Who has it?
It's either Sarisa or Leah, because you two were looking at the components.
Yeah.
I think
I
Sarisa
think-
get the phoenix dust.
Yeah. And so Leah, you might have the coral.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright.
Yeah, so
Sarisa,
Sarisa.
the dust.
Huh?
The dust.
Right. And she'll
Pass it over.
hand over the phoenix dust.
Yeah, you hand over the different components, and she turns them over in her hand and kind of squints and scrutinizes them. Well, they do seem to be of the highest quality. I think this should do the trick. Would you like me to do the alchemy for you? Or did you have someone else who was doing that for you? You just mentioned a tonic last time, I think it was, that you needed brewing.
Are we about to call out Creek Rock? It's like,
Well, I mean, it's up to you guys. You can make, like, there's multiple alchemists in this city, so you just pick and choose. Doesn't matter.
Right, but
We're talking with her about the tonic, and she said, yeah, I can brew it for you, but I don't have the ingredients, so she can brew it for you if you want.
I like talking to her better than Creek Rocks. So
poor Creek Rock.
no offense to him, but
No
she's
offense
kinda
to him.
funky.
I mean,
Yeah.
we still gotta give him his alchemy tools and stuff.
Yeah, we'll help him out, but I mean, hey, we're already here, so
So, all in favor of Alicia doing the tonic?
say I.
Alright, cool. So Sarisa will say, if it's no trouble to you.
Of course, it's the least I can do. And you said it was helping out people in town, right?
Yes.
That's my whole job. So you've handed her the two components as she kind of tucks them under one arm and then begins to kind of march around her room, rifling through a bunch of stuff and looking for other ingredients. pulls a few books off the shelf, grabs her cauldron and places it in front of the fire. And then she kind of like is turning to talk to you guys, while her hands just kind of keep moving on the alchemy. Now, again, alchemy is not my exact area of expertise, but I do think that with these components, it should be simple enough, especially components of this high quality. The higher the quality of the component, usually the better the potion turns out.
Uh-oh. Maybe we should have gone to Greek on, guys.
She offered! I thought she knew what to do!
Well, she did say she knew what to do.
Okay,
I
It's
trust
just not
her.
her
I
area
trust
of
her
expertise.
implicitly.
time to flip a coin, guys.
And so as she's kind of cooking away, as she's like turning back towards you guys, it does worry me a little bit. The last part of the journal.
Mm.
Because I have been noticing a few strange occurrences in town. Now, I wasn't able to give them too much credence, but we have had reports of undead in the city.
Yes, we actually ran into some undead.
Really? So you can confirm them yourself, then?
Yes, ma'am.
And now with the research, I've never known a beholder to be wrong about something. So... Well, it does cast Lady Gaunt into quite a suspicious eye, yes?
You would seem so. Yes.
Alright. Do keep this between us. Alright?
Oh, of course, right, guys?
Of course.
And Tina does the little like zip your lips.
Yeah, she
thing.
kind of very pointedly looks at each of you. Alright, well... In truth, the Marissois family have been experiencing trouble with the Gaunts for quite some time. It wasn't always this way, but as of late, business practices have been more, what's the best word? Predatory, I suppose?
Oh? Predatory? How?
Well, there was a time when we just did trade with them. We're a harbor city. We've trade connections with a lot of different places, and all the way over in Middlemere, the Gaunt family, they were one of our best connections. We even traded in silver there for a while. But the whole fleeing the kingdom for the Silver Vein crisis was a bit of a stain on that reputation for them. And then, of course, Lady Gaunt turning towards more predatory practices in her business. It's been a bit of a thorn in the side of the Marissois for quite some time, edging out competitors as, I have no evidence of this, but sabotaging certain businessmen in town in order to gain a monopoly on certain resources. And now this. She kind of gestures towards the journal, where it's sitting on her desk. Now, we've not evidence for any of those things. And so, it's quite hard to launch an investigation. And as the court wizard, I tend to steer well clear, even in my other forms of Gaunt Manor. There's something off about it. It's like you can feel someone watching you anytime you go near. And of course, if the court wizard ended up sneaking around a mansion like that, well, there'd be quite a lot of talk. There'd be quite a lot of trouble. I'd like to avoid that kind of thing. It would reflect badly on Lady Marissois. And she's done a lot for me. But I do know that the Gaunt businesses have been causing quite a lot of problems here in the city, so I would like to see that resolved. Especially if something far more nefarious than just poor business practice is occurring. What I'm trying to say is, if something were to happen, and evidence were to turn up at my doorstep, that would be a very good thing. Now, I know she kind of like smirks a little bit, got your own reasons for being in town, as we've already addressed. But it sounds to me like perhaps our motivations might align. No?
Yeah, I mean, I think stealing someone's fortune would probably do a good job at putting a stop to any other nefarious business dealings. So yeah, honestly, I would agree with that.
Now, officially, I can't just let you do anything. You understand, right? I
What about
can't call off the
non-officially?
guards, and if you get caught, I can't stop Evermore from turning you in, and I would have to arrest you, and, all of that. But I'm saying that on my end, I can turn a blind eye. I have lots of ways of monitoring what happens in the city, and were you any other thieves, I'd see you caught. Probably before you even realized it. But what I'm saying is, if we were to make some sort of agreement where you were acting in the best interest of the city, I could look the other way. How does that sound?
I don't mean to be rude, but does this agreement also include us investigating whatever's going on at the Gaunt Manor?
Oh, well, I presumed you'd have to go there anyway, no?
Right.
Evermore Bank works on several different systems, and one of those is a key, and I presume you don't already have her key, do you?
Oh,
I wish.
dang.
Oh, unless you found a way around the vaults. Have you? She's like genuinely curious.
I don't think we did, right, guys? Out of
Well,
character.
remember, because we're going in like the under construction vault, getting through the floor, and then going
Right.
up through that other way.
Yeah,
But
but
you-
we need her.
You do
key
actually
still.
need
But
to
we still need
access her
her-
vault, though,
yeah.
yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need her key and everything.
So
Yeah,
she is correctly surmising that you would need her key, because
Yeah.
I've not figured out. I have hypothesized. Now, I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't actually do it, but I have theorized that some sort of advanced teleportation, but that seems impossible. From what I gather, the security seems to be quite thorough at the bank.
There's also this like magical waterfall or something that like completely like takes away your magic or any kind of glamours or anything like that. So
Yes, there was a couple times where I had to deposit something on behalf of Lady Marisol, and I do recall something like that. It's a little sticky. It kind of lingers on you for the rest of the day. It's not pleasant. I usually just have one of the maids do it now.
We very masterfully avoided having to go through it, but it's a bit of a problem in terms of using magic to get in.
Well, again, I can't help you with anything, but if there is a way to turn it on, there's a way to turn it off, surely.
Yes, we're working on it.
She kind of turns back towards her alchemy for a little bit, and she starts stirring the pot. And then you see her sprinkle in some of the the phoenix ash, and there's just sort of this big puff, a big lick of flame kind of up to the ceiling for just a second. And she kind of hops back. Oh, wasn't expecting that. And then she gives it kind of a few last stirs. And then ladles out a bit of it. She pulls a little flask from her coat and pours it in, stoppers it, shakes it around a little bit, turns her head back and forth and examines it. I think that's how it's supposed to look. And then she turns it back towards you guys. This is what you're looking for, yes? The bottle is filled with this sort of like pale blue liquid that sort of gives off its own glow.
Ooh.
I mean, looks right. I'm afraid I wouldn't know much about what it's actually supposed to look like, but I mean, yeah, that looks like a magical dirt tonic, if I've ever seen one.
Well, in the interest of responsible magic usage, I'll give you this vial. There is more of it, but I'm going to hold on to that. You can just tell the people you're getting it on behalf of that they can just requisition it from me. I don't want the whole thing out there circulating because, well, you never know where people might dump it, and then you've got trees sprouting up in the middle of town hall.
Yeah, that's understandable.
But just do tell them to requisition it here from the estate. If it's for a local business, then I can provide them with what they need when they need it. And she hands whoever wants it the vial. Whoever reaches their hand out first. She just holds it out.
Ooh, Teresa would like to take it.
Yeah, she hands it to you.
Nice. Well, thank you, Miss Almond.
Happy to help. She kind of giggles a little bit at the nickname. Now then, I suppose that, for today at least, is our business concluded.
We want to ask her about the Cinderstone.
And other things, like the oh my gosh, what's her name in the contraption thingy?
The contraption? Wait.
The
Yuna!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yuna, thank you.
I was like, what person in a mech are we worried about?
Yeah.
Should you get in the mech?
Get in the mech!
Oh, there it is.
What do we mention first?
All right, yeah. What are we gonna mention first? Let's ask Cinderstone first, since you
Alright.
brought it up.
Somebody's got to talk.
No.
Bit of a random question, really, and related to.
Oh, I love
of
random
course-
questions.
Okay, probably not super random. It's kind of related to our very noble quest of taking down Lady Gaunt. Would you
Yes.
happen to know anything about, or where we could get a Cinderstone?
Well, unfortunately, I don't have any on hand. I do know alchemists use them. As far as where to get one... No, I don't imagine they would use them there. I thought for a second perhaps Aventus, but I think they've actually worked out something better for their own systems. So I don't imagine they'd stock them. Perhaps the brewery in town would have one. That's for certain. Um, Perhaps maybe also the steam house, the baths.
Hmm.
Got to generate all that steam somehow, and Cinderstone would certainly provide enough heat. Though I've never actually been in their back room, so I wouldn't know. Could be some other spell.
Hmm.
Should ask for a tour sometime. Just kind of talking to herself as she cleans up.
It's like, well, unfortunately, the brewery is out of the question. We do not
Oh.
have 1,000 gold to purchase the Cinderstone,
Oh, I see.
and something is now telling me that we could not ask such a thing from you.
Well, I'm not in the habit of giving out lots and lots of gold. I don't really keep much on me myself. I need something. I usually just requisition it from the lady.
Ceresa's not looking at the other.
Athena's looking at the ground. She's fully like collapsed in on herself.
I mean, I guess, Cerisa, you would probably feel a little bit of like kinship towards Alicia because that is sort of what you do with Dietra as well.
Oh,
If you need something for
oh.
your journey, you would requisition it from Dietra, right?
True.
Wouldn't carry too much gold on yourself just for your own purposes because you would be more likely to get robbed.
Yeah. So Ceresa's like, dang, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Wow, I was totally wrong.
But she kind of like cocks her head a little bit to the side, almost a little bit like a bird, and just kind of looks at all of you and goes, "I thought you were thieves."
Mm,
Yeah, well, yeah, yes, of course we are.
We are thieves, but at least we have some standards. I like to
He was so nice.
nice.
And he does a really good job at his business, and we'd really hate to inconvenience him like that. And obviously so expensive, but I mean, it's always hard for a small business to afford stuff like that. And I know that, yeah, it's a bit of a dilemma.
Well, aren't you robbing a bank?
Yes, but we're taking money from one of the richest women here in
Well, I just
town,
meant that if you did acquire a Cinderstone for the amount of money and then acquired a lot of gold, you could just pay them back. No harm done.
huh. I
Yes,
didn't think
that's
about
true.
that, guys.
Not that I
didn't
support
know.
robbing the local businesses, she stresses.
No, that's exactly. We were never gonna rob him. He was way too nice. I guess we didn't ask if he'd be willing to loan it.
Yeah, but I think he would probably ask where we're going to get the money from. And then
Loan
we're
it.
supposed to
Yeah,
go
we're
like,
just gonna put it in our bond,
oh,
dude.
yes, you
We'll
see,
give it
I
back.
have I have
Back, we
a
promise.
cousin who is a prince, and he said
Oh,
that he will
oh.
give us some money.
Yes, he just wants to make us wallet.
Yes.
Yes, he needs money to go back.
He
Yes,
needs
yes.
money.
I remember receiving a letter like that one time at the tavern I
Oh,
went
you
to.
as well.
Yeah, it was really persuasive.
It's good. I did send him a little bit of money. I hope he's okay.
I hope everything went all right.
But anyways, your business is your own, and you really shouldn't tell me too much about your plans. I'd rather not know. If good things come of it, I'd be happy to look the other way. But don't harm anyone.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
yes,
not part
of
the
course.
plan.
Of course not.
I didn't think you all were the type.
Not
That's-
at all.
That's why I proposed our little deal.
Right. Well, other than that, something that comes to mind. We
Yes?
found a strange magical device, with someone trapped inside.
You all do stumble across quite a few odd things, don't you?
They're kind of attracted to us, honestly. We just seem like magnets for weird experiences.
Yes, a little bit.
A little bit, but Cerisa will then tell her everything they learned about Yuna.
And Dina looks
Uh.
like a little crestfallen as she has to remember all this information.
Yeah, do you like cover like everything?
Like everything.
Like lying to her and everything?
No, not that part.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Not the
No!
not the lying part. No.
Yeah, so she kind of like soaks all that information in and kind of turns it in her head for a little bit. Yuna and you mentioned like all of what you learned from Yuna, like her sisters and Gaia and all that whole
Mhm.
story. Okay.
Yep. Maybe remembering some names here and there, as Cerisa does.
Elemental sisters and Gaia, the genie. It sounds vaguely familiar, but those are old stories. But I suppose if the artifact is as old as you say it is, does lend some sort of veracity to it. I suppose I could take a look at it if you really wanted me to. Artifacts, ancient magical artifacts, are not particularly something I specialize in. I know I say that a lot, don't I?
But
But I'd be happy to take a look for you.
that would be very much appreciated, Miss Almond, because I'm not too sure what else we would do unless.
Well, if you'd
I'm forgetting
prefer it,
something.
you could bring it to the Candle Tree Archive.
There's a bit of an issue regarding that. Any time that the object is touched, the woman inside, gets horribly injured, and it's, something we'd like to avoid if possible.
Yes, that does complicate moving it.
I wonder if you could put it on some kind of, cart or something. Is it just the touch of, a person, or is it any type of movement from the outside? I really don't know.
I suppose figuring that out would require experimentation, and probably no experimentation that your friend would appreciate.
Yeah.
Perhaps then leave it where it is for now.
But you will still take a look, all the same.
Yes, I can swing by as Miss Almonds if you want. Since
Of course.
do already know where you skulk about. She looks a little bashful when she says that. It is my job to keep tabs on those sorts of things. It's not just something I have against you all. I wasn't spying. Well, I was spying, but not nefariously.
Of course, it's your duty after all.
Well, I'm glad you understand that. I don't make a lot of friends in my line of work, just from the nature of it, but I do appreciate it. I could swing by as Miss Almonds, and I imagine that the court wizard of the Mary Swall family turning up to your doorstep would cause a little bit of a stir that you would rather avoid, yes?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
Well, I'll swing by as a pelican then, and if you leave the window unlatched, I could have a look while you're busy with your other business.
If you have a way of disguising yourself at least a little bit, in terms of, human form, you can have a drink on our tab. Just tell them that, you're helping us, and they'll give you, I think, probably free food and a drink. I don't know. They've been very generous.
That's all right. I don't drink.
What? Why not?
Well, it just
Actually,
feels
no,
rather
then-
sad to drink by yourself, doesn't it?
Oh.
Ooh.
You know that,
Answer.
We'll drink with you.
Yeah, there we
yes,
go.
thank you, Leah. See, you're never truly alone because the person that serves you the drink is, technically there with you. I served lots of people that came in alone, but that didn't mean that it was sad. You're just having a time.
Yeah, sometimes I enjoy a drink alone. Of course, looking out the window, thinking of things I'm working on and people sometimes. It's not sad, is it? Is that sad?
No,
just
no,
think
that's not
too.
sad. That's not sad. Everyone, that's not sad. It's okay.
Right. Well, I suppose we can address that when we get to it. But yes, I'll. If you leave the window unlatched in the attic, I'll fly by and have a look at it. I promise I won't touch it.
Thank you. There's a sign to remind people, but I mean, I don't know if it'll actually do anything.
Yes, well, we know how good you are at following signs, Alfina.
Listen, okay, you didn't have to mention that. All right, it's only human nature to want to try something that people have asked you to.
I've
Yes,
never experienced that.
it is. You know, there's always an instinct to go against the rules, Leah. It's kind of how
Is
we operate.
Yes, but I saw a sign that said "Do not eat," and I went, "I probably shouldn't eat that." And yet,
Well, maybe some people are just really curious and want to expand their horizons instead of just, bumbling along, listening to everything that everybody says because they're new to this town.
choosing to expand your horizons in front of a decrepit magic store is not something I would particularly agree with.
Well, it was a useful experience.
Was it? I'm a little bit worried now after what was told to us.
It's probably fine. I don't know.
Really? Because I'm a little worried about it, to be honest, because you force-fed me one of those grapes and I've been not thinking about it incessantly since you told us.
Yeah.
Yes, the journal that you had me read, it mentioned something about imbuing the demonic energy into fruit, and you're all talking about grapes you ate. Are you trying to say that you...
No.
Yes, yes,
it's
just
totally
open it,
not-
Athena.
Athena made me eat one of them, and what if I turn into a zombie and I'll never be able to do what I need to do? Zombie.
Well, if you are
Probably
worried
fine,
about
I think.
demonic influence, I would advise you stop by the Diabolist in town. Sure, she could help you.
Well, looks like we're making another trip to that place.
Diabolist.
Can we come up with a better story than what actually happened? Because
You have to be honest about these things. If she's going to help us, she must know.
Why don't we just say that, the beholder guy, made us eat them? He, compelled us, it was part of his grand plan or something. It wasn't, a very easy mistake that somebody made.
Clearly had a
very
sign up front that said
viable
"Do not eat."
reasons.
What if
Very-
she's seen the sign and then she'll go,
Very-
"You mean those grapes?"
Alicia just laughs the entire time you guys are talking. She's just giggling to herself. You're all the
Poor
silliest
Sunny.
thieves I've ever seen.
Yes, well, silly things happen when you're in the presence of sillier people.
What? You're calling me silly?
You need to read the signs, Anthena. How could you force feed that one to me?
It's not that I didn't read the sign. I can read, by the way. She says very pointedly.
Can
I
you?
can I read it. I can read. I didn't want to listen to it because it was probably somebody growing really delicious grapes, and they were actually very good. Then they didn't want people eating them, and I said, "Well, I just want to try
I'm
one."
sure they would
And then we learned that place was evil, and so I ate more grapes to spite them. Because why would you not? They're
one of
great.
them, Athena.
Okay, you're fine. You had one. All right, if anybody's gonna turn into a zombie, it's gonna be me. Okay, I had
I have had many of those grapes.
Oh
yeah,
my
cake
god,
stew.
Skeegox, I don't even want to think about it. I don't want any of us to turn into weird demon zombies. Terrible.
I will say I did check Athena before we left. That the beholder's place or whatever. So far, it doesn't seem like anything's happening, but we should
Well, that's good.
probably check out the Diabolist.
Diablo.
Diabolus.
Yeah, Diabolist.
I'm sure she could get you sorted.
I think it's fine. Honestly, I feel
No,
completely
it's
fine.
better to err on the side of caution, especially considering the amount that you and Kegox consume. Sarisa, how many grapes did you eat, if any?
Oh gosh. Out of character. How many did she eat? Like maybe 1 or 2?
It's up to you how many. I don't remember, so it's up to you.
I don't remember. It's like maybe 1 or 2. I didn't.
Alright, so yes, you and I are less urgent than Vina and Kegox, however. I really, really do not want to wake up in the middle of the night and have one of my dearest friends turned into a zombie, question mark. So, no idea what they're going to do. We get that sorted out, yes?
Yes.
Yes, if you ignore a toothache, it will turn into a pulled tooth. So I would advise you to at least look into it.
Exactly, Anthena. You should listen to Miss Almond especially.
Yes, all right.
Good.
She kind of like turns away and crosses her arms. Gotta go stand in the corner.
Now, I know that we have bothered you a great deal, Miss Almond, but I do have maybe one more thing to ask. Since
Oh, that's all right. To be honest, I spend a lot of time alone. I've been enjoying the company.
it's relieving to hear, honestly. But it's about the church in town.
Oh?
You see, yes, we discovered that they're being blackmailed, and there is
Blackmail?
yes.
Over what?
Well, Sarisa kind of looks at Anthena.
Athena kind of, you see her face kind of fall, and she looks back at the ground, and kind of her shoulders drop a little bit.
Well, they received a donation from somebody. With
All right. Doesn't seem so bad so far.
who was
Who was a
Can't
very
help if you
wonderful
don't tell
person.
me.
A very wonderful person who very, very kindly donated a large, the entirety of their fortune that was earned, I guess some could say through kind of nefarious means, but not really. And so now they're just using that against them, and they've written to them, and they said that they're gonna
he was a
expose
pirate,
them
Miss
for.
Almond.
Ah, I see. So someone's blackmailing the church, trying to say that they got their money through ill-gotten means.
Exactly. And what was it? They have less than a week now before the church gets closed down. Am I remembering that right, guys?
Yeah. Out of character, I think it's about what was it? Something.
Like,
Hang on.
Was it like payment stuff? Like
Yeah, had been threatening to make it public that the church should receive large amounts of gold from a notorious pirate unless they made regular payments. They're handed
They
off
can't make
anonymously.
the
Yeah, and
payment.
so they can't make their like actual payments.
cool.
Yeah, so they're gonna get like foreclosed.
Cool. Sarisa relays that information, Miss Almond.
Well, it sounds like you knew this notorious pirate. He kind of looks at you, Anthena. Just on the way you speak about them.
She kind of, her face gets very solemn, and she nods her head. Yes, it did. And well, he wasn't a bad person. I mean, he was a pirate, yes, but not all pirates are like the ones that you think. And I mean, he.
No, I understand that.
Hmm.
But a lot of pirates don't exactly go broadcasting how they got their gold. You understand? Shouting it to the world. And so for someone to know how they got the gold, they'd have to know the pirates, no?
Huh.
Yeah, I would imagine. It's not me, if that's what you're wondering.
Well, no, that's not what I meant to imply. I just meant that someone would have to know them. And so if you know the person, do you know anything else about them? People who might have known them? What wished to tarnish a legacy? And she looks at you, Teresa. Is there anyone who would wish to harm the church? Those would be the two places I would start.
Hmm.
And, well, I guess where I would start investigating, were I to handle the investigation. Well, who knows pirates like pirates, right? I would try the wash.
Hmm. It does sound like a very good course of action, because we really don't have any other leads. Hmm.
That's where I would start, at least.
Hmm.
If I do
Thank you,
hear
Miss
anything when
Almond.
I'm flying about, I'll let you know.
Oh, that'd be wonderful. Thank you, Miss Almond.
Happy to help.
Out of character, is there anything else we think we can ask?
I don't think so. I'm curious about this circle in the center, but I'm sure it's not important, so I won't.
Inspection after.
I just want to poke it. They look like runes of some kind, but I don't know what kind. Maybe teleportation.
I don't think there's anything else.
Yeah, I think that's all of our things.
Yeah,
Pretty sure.
pretty.
Or at least that she can help with. We've got a lot of thieving to do, but I mean that's not
True.
really.
Yeah, true.
What about the crystal for the Dragonborn? Can she help with that?
Well, that's why we got the
That's what the tonic's for.
tonic
Okay.
for you.
Yeah, we
And you
could
just
have
got
found
that.
some kind of crystal, but the tonic
Yeah, you had two options. You went with the easier one. The one that.
Kagox was miles away. I apologize.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Well, if that's all you have to ask about, then Aja can escort you back to the gates.
yes, of course. And again, thank you for answering our questions, Miss Almond.
Of course, I'm here to help if it's for the betterment of the city.
Oh, and if we need to reach you about something, in the future, perhaps, if that's all right with you, how would we go about doing that?
Well, as I said, I will stop by at some point to take a look at your artifact. But do remember to leave the latch unlocked if you are going to spend a lot of time outside that attic. Because
Yes, of course.
I'm just going to stop by when it's most opportune for me. Can be a little busy.
Of course.
But if you do need to pass a message to me or ask something, you can just leave a letter with Aja. She'll deliver it to me. Don't always have to speak by pelican.
Alright. That's good to know. Oh my god, K-Gog.
I'm electing to just not look at that message.
Very well, then. If that's our business concluded, then please do pass on my well wishes to the farmer that you're going to pass on the tonic to. Yes.
Anthena,
Yes.
remembering the drinking alone line, suddenly, like, she's turned to leave and then turns back, and she's just like, I'm sure we're a bit kind of rowdy, so obviously I understand, if you're used to being alone, we might be a little bit much, but if you ever just want to, I don't know, have a company that's not for business, you can come hang out with us. We're in the attic, so, there won't be any questions drawn, If you want, you don't have to.
She kind of gets like a little bashful again and goes, "Oh, but I don't want to impose. I wouldn't want to cause a scene. And you know, I'm sometimes awfully busy," and like stumbles on her about all that for a while.
Aw.
Athena equally. Yeah, no, that makes sense. You know, busy. Yep. But we kind of have a bit of a large group now, so it's not an inconvenience. It's a lot of people that hang out up there now.
I suppose I did promise that I'd take a look at the artifact. So I suppose if I was around for that, then it'd be all right to just stay there a little longer.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Very well then.
You can tell me about this weird rune in the middle of your room. I don't want to take up any more of your time now, but I am
Oh,
quite
that?
curious.
Well, if you are in a rush, I can talk about it later.
Athena kind of looks to everybody else.
Go ahead and ask, Anthena.
Yeah, if you're interested. I myself am a little bit.
All right, just tell us.
Oh, well, it's an orrery. It's not finished yet, but I'm using some research given to me by Avogadro, my old mentor. He passed it along from some of his students, his researchers. They went on a trip and investigated the research of Calliope Calatrix. If you're not well versed in wizards, you may not know that name. But they got all this research about stars, and then he was telling me about it and showing me, how to create a sort of arcane orrery.
Athena leans to Leah. She's like, do you know what that means? I'm embarrassed. I don't know what that means.
I'm sure Leah does, but I don't. So.
Classic, your character's smarter than you.
An orrery would track the movement of planets and the moon.
Oh,
And
cool.
you know,
She's an astronomy girl.
This is what it does, Anthena. Whisper, whisper. Whisper, whisper.
Thank you. Oh, that would have been a message. Oh my gosh, that's much smarter than us just whispering. Forgot I have the literal talking mind spell. And Athena, very coolly. Oh yes, an Ori. Yes, of course. That the classical thing that I know so much about. Yes.
Would it be funny if Leah was like, actually, it's for like making plants grow? And she's like, cool,
Yeah.
cool gardening thing. She's like, what?
Well, looks very cool. Leah, can you make one of those? That might be fun to have.
What? An orrery? I'm afraid astronomy is not my particular expertise. I could try. It probably wouldn't be very good, though.
but as I
I
said,
could
it's
make
not,
one for
it's not
finding fish.
quite finished yet. I'm still reading through the research.
Oh, then we'll have to visit when it is finished.
That would be nice. But I don't mean to keep you any longer. I know you've probably got a lot of things you need to do.
About what time of day is it?
I think you guys kind of took care of a lot of this stuff in the morning, then around midday headed over to the underground laboratory.
Mhm.
And then spent a little bit there, walked back. You've visited with her now, so I'd say it's probably like afternoon, sort of maybe like 5 p.m., nearing kind of sunset.
All
Yeah.
right. We've got our house to rob, guys.
Uh-oh.
Which we're not going to tell her about.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't-
don't let me keep you. You can ask what you want, Enrico.
Oh, vampire chick. Does she know how How are we supposed to get a hold of her if we're gonna rob this house?
He said she'd find you.
Yeah.
Ah, nice. Okay.
So she'll show up at some time, I guess. We didn't give her a specific time to. We just said, "Hey, swing by whenever you can." So I guess we'll see.
We'll see.
Alright.
But don't,
Is there any-
don't let me keep
really-
you. Aja will escort you back.
Of course. Thank you again so very much, Miss Almond. We're all very grateful for your assistance. And we were happy to help you with the beholder situation.
Well, of course. And as I said, if it's good for the city, then I'm happy to help.
Anthena waves on her way out and then trips over a stool. Oh my god.
Forever charming.
She kind of like walks with you guys back to the door, and she goes, "Oh, could you ask?" She like drops her voice so that only you guys can hear it, and that her voice doesn't carry through the door. Could you ask Aja, to tell one of the maids to bring me more sweets from the kitchen?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
we got
of
it.
course.
Because if I asked Aja, she would probably cut me off because I've already had too many today. But if you all ask, then she would feel more inclined.
Of course. Well, we will ask for you.
Thank you. She walks with you guys the rest of the way to the door.
I'm so obsessed with her.
She's so pooky.
She's so pooky.
And so I was just kind of waiting just a couple steps down in the spiral staircase. Just leaning against the wall, tapping her toe impatiently. And she goes, "All done then?" And
Guys,
just
do I
sort of
charm-
she just sort of already starts walking down the stairs.
So I charm person at Asha to make her bring her more sweets.
No, God, no. That'll end well, I'm sure.
I mean,
Why charm person when you can just be a charming person?
It's just that.
Ooh,
true.
that's right.
Listen, I did up my
You could
charisma,
always
so-
just smile.
Ugh, that's true. I'm good at that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, so Aja kind of walks with you guys back to the ballroom.
Oh, hey, Alja.
Mhm.
Just a bit of a request. I hate to say that we kind of indulged ourselves on some of the sweets up in Alicia's room. Would you mind asking me to bring us some more? Just because, we ate all the ones she already had, and I'd hate to leave without, getting her a refill.
Oh, yeah, all right. And she just kind of like shrugs her shoulders, shakes her head, and just continues off back towards the main entrance. And you just kind of hear her mutter, "Just asking yourself,
Gregor, what are you doing?
I wanted to know if I could have a drink.
You can ask Aja if you, but we shouldn't trouble these fine folks anymore. And Tina, what are you doing?
Back to the piano.
It's so pretty.
No, don't.
I've never
Touch
gone
it.
to play a
Don't-
piano, Teresa, please.
I tried to get Aja's attention.
It's like, and Tina, she just lightly
yeah, she kinda
slaps
like-
her hand.
Trails to a stop and turns back around to you, Kega.
I point to the bowl. May I have a drink, please?
Yeah, that's for guests, so feel free.
Thank you. I pick up the bowl and I drink the bowl.
Oh god.
I knew that was gonna happen.
As you're drinking, you just hear like the longest sigh. Yeah,
Hey, Ruggerette.
I suppose I should have specified.
Yeah.
Oh, I was
Sounds
very
like you.
specific. I know what I pointed to.
Yeah, no, you're right. My fault.
Oh,
Dang.
I just drink it down, and then I set the bowl down, and then I wipe my mouth on my arm, and thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And
Because
Thena,
I
don't
am
touch
already
that.
headed back to the kitchen.
It's like, see? Don't touch it, Anthena.
Just,
It's-
I'm not gonna break it. Please.
And if you do, how are you gonna pay for it, huh?
I'm not gonna break it.
You don't know that.
I am very
Misfortune could
graceful.
befall
I am
anyone
very
at any
graceful.
moment.
I have
Look,
been
I know that you're very graceful,
beautifully
right?
gone through the
But
window. I know you
look,
didn't see
do
it,
you
but it
wanna,
was.
Do you want to tempt the wheel of fate, huh, Anthena? Do you want to pay for this expensive piano if some misfortune befalls you and you like smudge it or scratch it or something?
I kind of want to tempt the wheel of fate.
No.
Oh, wait, just have. You've got Fortuna. She can help.
Oh my
I think
god.
you should tempt the wheel of fate. I think you
Hey,
should
if
tempt
you
it.
want me to convert, this is how I'm gonna do it.
Oh my god.
Sarisa, look over there.
Huh?
I play one note on the piano. Very.
Okay. Do we do a sleight of hand roll?
I'm
And-
down.
If you roll a 1,
Oh fuck. I break the whole thing.
This is bad.
I won't roll a 1. There's no way.
Oh my god.
It's
All right.
simply-
Tempt fate. Do it.
Oh god.
I cast
tempt
guidance.
fate if you want.
No, I want to do it for the bit now. I've hyped this up. Oh lord.
Well, even if Sarisa would guidance it, it wouldn't matter because if it's a 1 on the roll itself, it'll be the fail. So
Does anybody have any inspiration that they didn't use? That wouldn't even help me. Leah,
Yeah,
help
DM.
me.
I have
No.
DM inspiration.
Oh, unbelievable.
I'm sorry, Anthena, this is the choice you've made.
Oh god. I feel like for the bit I have to do it, but it really could screw us
You
up.
have
Bet- You gotta commit to the bit now.
I
Tempt
gotta
fate.
commit to the bit now. Alright, Fortuna, smile upon me. Oh,
Go for
we're
it.
good. 15.
Oh.
Yeah. You're still
I
just
play-
playing one note, right? So everybody can hear it.
Oh
So
yeah.
ding,
Yeah, it's
you
just
play a
one
note.
note. It's G note, by the way.
Dina!
I sprint to the door.
Oh
Yeah,
my.
Aja was like kind of already looking at Kgox, but she hears the piano and turns back around and goes, do be careful with that. That's Lady Mary Swaw's personal piano.
I don't know what you're talking about. Is it magical? It seems like it just played a note on its
Oh
own. It's
my-
quite
No.
fascinating.
Oh
It's
my
not magical.
No,
Well,
oh
maybe
my
we should go
goodness,
with
we are
like, I don't know. All right, we need
so
to go.
totally leaving right now.
Just
Go,
stop
go,
talking.
go, all of you, go.
I'm so sorry,
I'm so
Asha.
sorry, Asha. Let me go get him. Okay, Cox.
Let me retrieve him.
Hey, Cox, we can get food somewhere else.
We need to get him a
K-Cox.
leash.
Yeah, one of those
Cox.
kid leashes.
K-Cox, I will buy you another apple if we go.
2 apples.
2 apples. Deal.
2 apples.
2 apples. Let's go.
I follow Sarisa.
Thank you so very much for your hospitality. We are leaving now. Thank you.
Yeah, so you leave with across the lawns with Aja and depart through the portcullis, and now you're back in the noble district of Marin Hall.
All right, where to now, guys? I pull out my map.
Very well.
Oh, well, we know
More.
where it's going. Ah, big Sarisa.
Yes! No!
So I believe this path is still relevant to you guys. You started kind of in the stilts doing your thing down there, then went up back to talk to her, and then you did say you wanted to go to the Abbey. But I do believe you said when you wanted to go to the Abbey that it was in relation to the potential consequences of eating those grapes.
Ah, yes. And we think it might be better to just go to the Diabolist. That's what we,
It's really
I
up
think.
to you guys. And you've also
Mm.
expressed an interest in potentially hitting Greta's place tonight.
Yes. What about the dancer? That is the dancer,
Well, no,
correct?
we're going.
Yes,
We're robbing it
that's gonna
tonight.
We're having it tonight.
And I
we
do believe you guys expressed a desire to rest, and I don't know if you did that already.
No, I don't think we've rested because I'm
did,
still
yeah.
damaged.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So you guys did express that you were like, we'll go take care of what we need to do, and then we'll rest
did we
for a
wanna
few
rest?
hours until nightfall, and then hit Greta's place in the night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
Did we want
that.
to rest at the church?
They just let us sit.
I mean, it's a church.
Take a nap in the
What?
Diabolist shop.
Yeah, you guys want to take it up
Honestly?
there with all the No, don't say honestly.
Leo
Hello?
would. Leo would 100%.
Yeah.
That
Leo
place
would.
disturbs me.
Yeah, no, it freaks me out too.
He was nice.
She was very
She
nice.
was so nice.
Of
Leo was
course.
so intrigued.
Rika owes me 3 apples.
Whoa, that
That's
was
true.
2 apples. You can't gaslight me like that.
We could
What is gaslighting?
Oh my god. Nah, it was 2 apples.
I recall 3.
I-
4, I think, wasn't it?
What?
Yeah, you're making things worse.
No, 4 makes
Oh,
things
I
better.
recall.
Yes, I believe it was 4.
Yes, yeah.
Worse for Cerisa's purse.
Thank you, Leah.
Pay for them. It's the principle of it.
Oh dang, guys.
Oh,
Gran, I forgot to tell you. I took the lucky feat.
yeah, I saw.
Oh, you saw? Okay.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
does
For
fit
lore
you well.
reasons.
An on-brand character choice?
Whoa.
Yeah.
In this campaign?
In this campaign? That's crazy.
More likely than you think.
But yeah, the choice is yours if you want to go to the Abbey, or if you want to go to the Diabolist, or if you just want to rest right now and take Greta's, or
We just... Yeah, I mean... Yeah, it's up to
You guys?
everybody else.
Oh, there's so many options.
I know. I just know we need to sleep.
Kegox could go and rest if others wanted to speak to people. He is not a talker.
wait, you
Would
can
it
just
be
do that?
a short rest or a long rest?
if you guys rested like now, kind of without doing too much other stuff, like if you wanted to go Abbey and Diabolist and then go down to the Wash, then like it'd be too much to also try to long rest. But if you just wanted to like go to one place maybe quickly and then rest nearby there, because if you went to the Diabolist, you'd be right by your own place. And you could just
Yeah.
rest there, or you could just try to ask to rest at the Abbey for a bit. So if you went to like one place and rested there, then you would have enough time to rest for several hours,
Okay.
which we could call a long rest before you hit Greta's.
Okay.
Yes.
Personally, my vote is for a long rest so I can get my spell slots back.
Agreed. I need my
Cereza-
fight slots back.
Cereza would like to pray at the church, please.
Okay. Rest at church.
Yeah, rest at church.
Work.
Church rest.
Church
Very well.
rest.
Then yeah, you wind your way back across the central canal over the little stone bridge, and arrive back at the Abbey. I won't make you walk all the way up there. We'll just bring you inside.
Oh, we should also ask if they know of anybody that would have it out for them.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, because they probably won't know about pirate stuff. We'll have to ask about that. But I mean, they might know somebody that they've had beef with. So
Yeah. How long ago was this? Quite a while.
this was this. Oh my gosh, yeah.
It was early on that we went here.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so you make your way back into the church. And you can see at least one of the nuns kind of milling about, cleaning some stuff up as you enter.
Well, we have a lead. Do we want to let them know or ask more questions?
Yeah, I mean, I'll leave that to you. I feel like you're probably the best person to talk to Nuncio.
And Therese will be looking at Athena's like, are you sure you don't want to come along with me and Athena?
I don't know, honestly. All right. But I mean, could we talk outside, maybe?
Sure, we can request to talk outside. I'm sure that would be acceptable with them.
We sat here once, didn't we, Leah?
We did.
Hmm. Do you remember what we spoke about?
I do, in a way. I can't remember the details, but I do know we spoke, and I appreciate you opening up to me the way that you did.
That is what people who are close do. Right?
True, but it's not like you need to share anything with me. I appreciate the trust, and of course, if I have anything I need to share, I will. But you don't need to feel forced.
It would take a lot to force me.
Fair, and I don't think I have that in me.
So when we spoke, you remember it, though.
I do. I do.
Hmm. I don't.
Well, I remember. It's a bit silly, but I remember telling you that I would be more than happy to dictate your people's stories. That much I do know.
That is not silly at all. That sounds like something we would have discussed. Maybe. I feel like when there is time, we should do that before I forget.
Of course. I mean, I'd love to. I did also tell you that I would help you with the common tongue and reading and writing and all that. It's just we've been so busy lately, I haven't really had the chance.
A lot of things have happened.
Yes, you can say that again, and it feels like we're just getting caught up in more and more. But
That is the nature of life, is to get caught up in one thing and carried into another, and before you know it, you're someplace strange with people who are similar to you yet different.
It is a bit odd. I mean, I haven't really thought about it much, but being back in the city, but with a completely different perspective than where I grew up, it's odd in a way. I've lived here most of my life, and yet having to go around and pretend like I don't know anyone or I can't remember. It's odd.
I think back to my home, and we don't have cities. We have small abodes that we can take with us when the winters get cold or colder. And we follow the game. We follow our food source, and we always find our way back to a similar place, but I'm having a hard time remembering.
Well,
It's as if everything is in shades of black and white.
how long has it been since you moved away from your clan or were taken or I must apologize, I don't know the circumstance, but has it been some time?
I do not know the passage of time. I was frozen, and I remember seeing my people before I was frozen, days before. Then the incident happened, and when I awoke, my people were not where they were. I wandered the white wastes alone and ended up in this place. Hunger took me, and I was taken because I chose to feed myself. Then I learned that the exchange of this gold for food is necessary, and now it is a crime to not do so. I was arrested for taking an apple.
It's terrible, isn't it? You're hungry, so you must eat, but and you really don't. You were frozen.
And he nods. Or what appears to be a very, very long time. My lands are starkly different than what I remember. And my memories before that point were in full color. And they remained in color up until I met all of you. And they stayed in color. And the last day, it's gone to black and white. And the older memories aren't there anymore.
At all? Not a one?
He shakes his head. No.
Keikox, I'm I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I wish we had talked sooner. I wish I could have written things down before they faded from memory.
We are talking now. And I can remember some things, but we have other things to tend to and look into and take care of.
True, but
Maybe once I get what I am looking for, maybe I will remember more.
you don't need to tell me this, Kegox, but what is that you're after?
It was an heirloom. Something passed down from my father's father to me, and I was going to give it to Rothan. But now it is just me.
Your son. We're going to get it, Kegox. I hope you know that.
I know. You and Anthena and Cerisa will succeed in finding what it is you're looking for, and I'm hoping that mine will be there too.
We are going to find it. I hope you know that. Even if it's not in that cursed vault, we're going to find it. It's not an option for us not to. Scouring half the continent, if I must.
A man who wanders alone doesn't do so without a purpose. And
Well,
I do not want to be alone anymore.
I can tell you this. You're not going to, Kegos. No matter what happens, no matter how far this road takes us, no matter the things that we face, I promise you, you will not travel alone again.
Egox just closes his eyes and nods. I am very tired. I'm sorry. Maybe you should go with the others.
Right. To be honest, I haven't the foggiest what it is that they are talking about. I know Anthena has a bit of more of a connection to this place than I do. And the Abbey was never a place I frequented growing up. So if it's alright with you, I'd like to stay and get some rest as well.
He nods and he just kind of relaxes in the pew, and the best he can for as large of a lad as he is. And
Big boy.
He's a big boy. And he just kind of drifts off to sleep.
Meanwhile, across the room,
Hold on, give me a sec. I'm good.
And
I'm good.
Anthena and Sarisa, you guys wander your way over towards the nun who's just tidying up. She pauses what she's doing and says, hello, can I help you with something?
Yes, hello. My name is Sarisa, and this is my friend Anthena.
Hi.
And
I didn't think I recognized you lot. You were here before, right?
yes, we didn't happen to introduce ourselves, though. Now I'm gonna do something that I'm gonna try and do for the rest of this campaign. May we have your name, please?
Oh, I'm Sister Corinne.
Starting good habits.
That's right. Good habits start now, team.
We get a lot of people's names. It's just been the odd couple people that. Anywho.
But we never ask. That's the
We
thing.
never. Yeah, it's true. We do never ask.
And it starts now. Cerise's gonna start
A
asking.
new day dawns.
You were the group that was speaking with Sister Charity, yes?
Yes, Sister Charity. Would Sister
well-
Charity be in right now?
Yes, actually, she's just back treating one of the patients if you want to go and speak with her. She just gestures
Yes.
towards the infirmary door.
Oh, thank
Yes,
you. But
we would.
one more thing. Is it alright if myself and my companions, and she looks over to Leah and Kagox, are they already like...
They're asleep, man.
They're asleep? Oh,
Well, you guys kind of walked over here, and you weren't just standing there staring at Corinne the entire time while they were talking,
Oh.
so
For
they'd
yourself.
probably still be talking, but
Okay. Then yeah. Alright. I was wondering if myself and my companions, if we could find shelter here in the church and rest. We've had a long day, I will say.
yes, I do think we've been rather blessed lately to not have too many patients in the infirmary. So there should be quite a few open beds if you want to rest the night.
I don't believe we'll be resting the night. We just need a couple of hours, if that's alright.
Nevertheless, if you're in need of the beds, they are open.
Oh, thank you so much for your generosity, Sister Corinne.
Of course, the Abbey is here to help those in need.
Oh, now, if you excuse us, we are going to go ahead and speak with Sister Charity.
Of course.
Alright, let's go, Anthena. And we shall enter the room. Right, Anthena?
Yes, we shall.
Yeah.
I will be looking for clues to solve my own hunch that I've had, but I don't think it's an in-character hunch. I'm curious.
Ooh.
Detective.
Yeah.
So the two of you make your way back into the infirmary, where you can see on the far end, they still just have the one patient. And Sister Charity's kind of leaning over the bed, but she hears the door close as you guys enter and looks behind her to spot you guys. Says, kind of gives you a little wave from across the room until you approach a little more. Says, "Oh, hello. It's good to see you all well. Did you come back here with news, or?"
Oh, well, unfortunately, we haven't made too much headway, though we do have a new direction to look. Though I do apologize that we... Yes, we'll be talking to people in the wash, see if anyone knows anything over there.
Yes, I suppose that's probably wise, what with the nature of the coin we got and all that. I suppose that makes sense. probably a good place to start, yes.
Right, and we also wanted to ask you. I'm not sure if we asked you last time, but she's gonna kind of side-eye Elodie over here.
So Elodie's like lying in the bed, and is sort of like making a conscious, like very polite effort to like look away from your conversation.
Excuse me.
She sort
I
of
got
holds
it.
herself, even though she's sick and lying in bed. She does hold herself with like a certain amount of decorum.
It's like, I apologize. I got ahead of myself. Is it all right if we speak outside?
Oh, yes, I suppose if you want. Elodie, we'll be all right here for a moment. And Elodie nods. And
The flowers next to her bed, do they look fresh? They look new?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Good to know.
So she stands from the bedside and kind of walks over to you all and just gestures towards the door. Shall we then?
Yes, of course. Thank you.
And so she walks with you guys back through the church, the chapel, and out to the garden. I don't remember who's out here. Was to see.
Oh, hello, Father.
Whoa.
I forgot about him.
Oh, look at that! It's you two and Charity. Excellent. All right. Don't need to adjust anything at all. So yeah, she walks back to the church with you guys and into the gardens out back. And she kind of like pauses for a second and says, if you do want complete privacy, I could ask Brother Alexander to head inside for a moment.
Oh, is he not aware of what's going on?
Well, he is. I just didn't know how much privacy you were after.
Well, we did come here wanting to ask you questions, but maybe this Brother Alexander? Yeah.
Yes.
You said Al. Yes. Might be able to provide us with more information. It never hurts, I would say. Or it wouldn't hurt.
Yes, I suppose. If you're fine including him in the conversation, so am I.
Is that alright with you, Anthena?
You see she's kind of staring off into space, but once she eventually realizes that you're talking to her, she goes, "Oh, yeah, that's fine."
Fair enough.
Okay.
She makes her way and like pulls out those chairs for you and then sits down herself. Father Alexander doesn't like look at you guys as you approach. He just kind of continues to stare straight ahead. And Spirity sits and says, Brother Alexander, this is Sarisa and Thena. They're looking into the monetary problems that the church was having. And again, he doesn't look at you, but he just nods and says, Aye, you mentioned. Now then, what was it you two wanted to speak about?
Well, we just had a question or two, and we wanted to inform you that we do have a direction for where we can start looking for leads. I do apologize. We hadn't had anything until recently. We will be turning our investigation to the Wash and seeing if anybody there knows or has heard of anything.
Yes, you mentioned. Some of us at the Abbey have tried asking around ourselves around the city, but we've not really gotten very far. So if you are able to look into it on our behalf, I'd be very grateful.
Yes, of course. I mean, After all, I am a follower of Lady Fortuna, and I would hate to see the church, well, be closed.
Yes, as would we all.
And she'll kind of glance at Anthena.
She's listening, but she's looking down at her feet.
But onto our questions. I do believe we failed to ask last time. Is there anyone at all that comes to mind that has something against the church or the quickly glances at Athena, the generous patron, anyone who would dislike him or anything?
Well, Corinne and Alexander and I have put our heads together on this matter, and we've really not been able to come up with anything. And Alexander nods. It's not as though churches tend to have many enemies. We mostly just keep to ourselves and tend to the sick and the needy. So it's not as though we're getting in bar fights by the day. And so that was what led us to suspect that perhaps it was more intended towards the fellow who gave us the coin, rather than us, and perhaps just a means of obtaining. And she kind of trails off and is like trying to like think of a way to word it, and Alexander kind of picks up where she was going. Aye, that was something that we discussed. You all can tell us what you think. The idea that perhaps the gold was desired by another, given to us, and they wanted it back, and this was their means of getting it, extorting it out of us.
That could be possible. We had we talked about it, and we did figure that whoever is blackmailing the church, it would most likely be because of your kind benefactor.
Aye.
So I guess the conclusion we could draw from this is it's somebody who knew him. Maybe.
It was a suspicion that we had. We've tried asking around about Captain Lucian's name with some of the other more nefarious folk in town down near the wash, but, well, pirates are not often wont to talk to men of the cloth, so we didn't get very far.
Perhaps we might have a better chance. There wasn't
You just gotta
anyone...
know how to talk to him.
Yeah. But, so there wasn't anyone who approached the church asking maybe one too many questions?
Not that I can recall. I don't see much, but Sister Charity's not reported anything either, and neither has Sister Corinne.
I guess my question is, how did they know that Captain Lucian was being kept under your care?
That is a good question. Now, it seems that you lot know Lucian as well, then. Sister Charity mentioned something after your last visit.
Yes, my friend here, Anthena, knew him.
Well then, perhaps you'd be in a better position to say than I, as we really only knew him the night we treated him. But as Charity told me about the state he was in when he arrived, and how quickly he turned for the worst, we haven't ruled out foul play.
Oh.
And nor should you, I don't think.
So
Unfortunately,
does bring to rise the question of perhaps someone who knew he was here might be the person who put him here. No?
Oh.
that's what I've been thinking. I mean, there were gaps of time where, I wasn't around him always, but he was never a sickly person. See, when, when I was told, it shocked me. He's not the kind of person you would expect to get sick, so...
Those sicknesses can sometimes creep up on us when we don't expect them. From what I've gathered from Sister Charity's reports of the event, it did seem sudden.
So either just a case of really bad luck, or someone that wanted his fortune and is upset that they didn't get it.
Mm.
Aye. And so you could start there if you're asking about around the pirates of this town.
Hmm.
See,
Though
Athena kind of like...
I would
Go ahead.
watch your necks at least, if you are going about that side of town, and if you are asking those sorts of questions. Someone willing to kill for the gold once would probably be willing to do it again.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense.
Charity kind of speaks and goes, "But as I said, that's really as far as what we know.
Hmm.
It was all a bit of a sudden event for us, and all been sort of wrapped up in this whirlwind of money struggles that we've not had the time to really look into things, and what we've done has not gotten us very far, at least in that side of town."
Athena kind of narrows her eyebrows and her eyes and just takes on this very hard look on her face. And she's been kind of like looking down at her feet, kind of looking around. But she like looks up, makes eye contact with the table, and just goes, "We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna find them, and we're gonna... I mean, I don't know quite what we'll do, but we'll make them stop. I mean, they're not gonna get away with this. That's the one thing I can promise."
Well, if you are able to solve it and help us, we'd be eternally grateful. We're just priests. We're not spies and assassins. We really are not well versed to handle something like this. And we've been busy, and treating Elodie there that you saw has taken up a lot of my days, and even just dealing with the business of the church. We've only 3 of us now.
Now, who was there someone else that used to work here?
Well, my sister also used to be of this church.
Oh.
Had a
Yeah.
falling out with her, and she's not been back, so we've been a little short-handed around here.
Oh.
I won't pretend to know the nature of your falling out or what happened, and obviously, use your own judgment as the, it is your situation, but, perhaps, maybe you should reach out or go to see her. She says hi.
She does. You've seen her?
Yeah. She was
Where?
there. She was at the beach that day during the
She
festival.
was?
Mhm.
She kept out of my sight.
Probably purposefully. Again, I don't know what happened between you two, but... I don't know. Maybe it's worth just seeing if you can remedy things, or at least make strides towards it.
I wouldn't know where to start. She's not even been home since she ran away.
Well, maybe when we're down in the wash investigating things, we could go. I don't know. Tell her that you'd like to see her, or try to talk about things. I don't know.
I suppose if you did see her, you could pass along a message for me.
Yes, of course.
Just tell her that I'm not mad anymore.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you.
I have an out of character question. Did they tell us what was wrong with the pirate dude?
Just that he got a mysterious illness and died very quickly.
Yeah, that he fell ill quite suddenly, and then his condition deteriorated really rapidly, even though they were trying to treat him.
And they didn't
Okay.
know what it was.
They never really
Okay.
figured out what it was before he passed.
I suspect murder.
Murder. I don't know what else to really ask.
Yeah, I think we've got a good
Yeah, you've got a
good
direction now.
lead.
Yeah, we got a good direction.
Alright, so we can long rest. If we
Yeah.
want.
Yeah. Oh,
For doing that though,
so
I'm chilling out here.
Teresa would like to pray to her lady, if that's okay with everybody. Yeah.
If we're transitioning into long rest time, Athena will go sit by the grave of Lucian and just kind of fiddle on her her lyre for a little bit, just chill. Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, seriously, if you want to go back inside, you can.
Yeah, Teresa will thank the two of them for their time. And she would really like to go pray right now.
Yeah, she kind of walks back inside with you, and leaves you to your business as she kind of makes her way over to tidy some stuff up. And Athena, you're still out here, but so we see you come back in.
Yeah.
And Charity just kind of was about tidying some stuff up, picking up some bits of scripture that people have left. We can put them outside the mat now.
Yeah. Oh, I have a maybe quick little thing.
Mhm.
If yeah, I can have Teresa say it.
Yeah, go for it. Do what you want.
Oh, okay. Now I'm on the spot, guys. But yeah, so Teresa will. Are now the two of them sleeping?
Yeah, you come back in and they're snoozing.
Yeah, Kegox is out.
Cool beans. So yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
yeah, it's up to Leah, I suppose. You didn't say you were sleeping, but if you want
She's
to be sleeping,
sleeping
you can be
now.
sleeping. All right. Using Kegox's arm as a pillow.
Yep.
Aw.
Fuzzy. Anyway,
She
so yeah, they're eeping. What do you do, Teresa?
Teresa's gonna sit in the front, and you said this was a statue of Lady Fortuna, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tall stone statue, kind of half embedded into the wall, like a bas relief. And behind it, there's this sort of spokes of a wheel, which you'd be familiar with as a symbol of Fortuna. But because this is more of like a harbor town, they sort of reinterpreted what you'd be used to as maybe like a spinner's wheel to instead be like the wheel of a ship, like a helm.
Ooh, okay. Alright. So Cerise will make herself comfortable and bring her hands together. And she'll be gazing at the statue and say, "Oh, Lady Fortuna, it is your humble follower, Cerisa. I'm praying to you now because I'm so I'm so very overwhelmed and not much a surprise. I'm so scared. What I thought was going to be, well, a hard task, I at least thought it was going to be, I don't know, straightforward one. And now things have gotten so complicated. There's undead and unholy grapes. we just keep finding more and more. What was it that Beholder said? It's like the soil itself has been tainted. And it's coming from a... Well, she like quickly glances around to make sure nobody's listening. It's coming from that Lady Gaunt's manor. And we're going to investigate. I'm not sure what to expect anymore. I think I almost witnessed one of my friends die today. I'm so very terrified. So, please, oh Lady Fortuna, if you could watch over us. And I know I'm asking a lot, but fortune favors the bold. And I think now I must be bold. So I ask, even if it's just for a short while, if I could... if you could smile upon me, then I could be your beloved again, only for a short while. I would be forever grateful.
Make
Thank
a religion check.
Oh, dang, let's go.
With advantage, because I like the prayer.
Thanks. Oh, there's religion. Alright, come on.
Come on, big money, big money.
Big money, no worries.
Ah, it's just...
Oh, but with
Oh, wait,
advantage.
advantage. Okay, come on.
Come on, big money, second time's a charm.
What is a 14?
You can also guide yourself on a check like that.
Yes! Guidance, baby! 24.
Huge!
Yes!
Let's go! That's a big number. 18?
18.
Yeah, so you clasp your hands and say your little prayer. And you just kind of, you feel like the warmth of that reverence towards your goddess kind of fill you as you say your prayer. Nothing occurs, but you do feel that warmth.
So I feel warm and fuzzy.
It's as though, here, let's phrase it like this. You sometimes feel when things get really bad that you like can't feel your goddess, right? That you're alone and you're cold, right? But
Yeah.
when you say prayers like this, it feels like you are remembering that there's a fireplace in the room with you. It never
Ooh.
left you, but you're remembering that it's there.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And you feel it sort of crackle with that warmth for just a moment as you sit there silently.
Ooh. Yeah. Cerisa will find some comfort in that feeling, and let out a. Okay, we can do this. I'm exhausted. And she's just kind of gonna lay just right there. Or is it more like this? Yes.
Yeah. With the
There we
flipping that we
go.
can now do. Hell,
And before
yeah.
before she dozes off, she'll be like, "Fortune favors the bold. It's time to be maybe a little more bold. Okay? Okay, me? More bold. Less scared."
Okay,
And-
me.
Yeah.
And so you sort of mumble to yourself, Cerisa, as you drift off, lying on the pew in front of the statue that kind of watches you as you sleep. And the other two, you guys are already drifted off, and Thena, you're still outside.
Yes.
So you tell me how long you would stay out there, if you'd stay out there all night, if you'd drift off out there, you tell me what you're doing for the night. Since that they're doing their long rest, but you can decide how
Yeah.
you spend yours.
Yeah, she would probably drift off. Just, not a full sleep, but just, enough to kind of chillax. But yeah, I think she'd kind of lay down a little bit and just, drift off out here.
Very well. Then you drift off outside. Make a perception check for me.
Okay. 19.
All right. Then, as you're kind of like half asleep, you notice kind of part of the way through your rest that somebody puts a blanket over you as you're sleeping outside, and then goes back inside.
Stop.
Ah.
Oh, it's so kind.
So night falls at the
Can we long
abbey,
rest?
and you guys can long rest.
Yes.
Yes.
Those of you who are inside, can you all make perception check? Not involving scent or anything like that. Don't worry, Kayla.
Perception check. I don't notice a thing.
You're conked out.
Dude, I'm out.
You got it.
Negative.
Guys, your roll. Oh my. Alright. Then you guys don't notice anything.
12, a 12.
Wow.
The 12
know.
isn't bad, come on.
Above a 10. Above a 10.
Not good enough.
Oh,
Dang.
who's sneaking around in here then? Guys, that was the most important role of the campaign and you botched it.
I know.
This was about to throw the whole case wide open.
18, I'm sorry.
Sorry, guys. 3's a big E EP.
They offered you beds and no one took them.
That is true, yeah.
Oh, dang, you're absolutely right.
Would have been an easier role in that room.
Dang it. What if we take a quick peek? A quick peek?
But a few hours later, you guys kind of drift awake. You see that the light that's shining through the stained glass windows has gone, and you can see stars through them instead as night has fallen. And Anthony, you awake outside and find that blanket wrapped around you.
Oh, so kind. I will take it back inside with me. Before I leave, I'll obviously kind of, not that I know Lucien's grave isn't dirty, but I'll brush that one off, and then go over to what's his name? August's grave, which I'm assuming they take care of, but just make sure that it doesn't have any weeds or anything like that, because I know it's a bit older and overgrown.
Yeah, that grave is definitely like a lot older, and so it's a little bit of like a losing battle with age.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
But it does seem like they at least like maintain it decently.
Yeah. I'll just, I mean, it's probably pointless, but she'll do her best to kind of dust it off and, I don't know, make it look a little bit nicer.
Very well. Yeah, so you take care of that and then kind of creep back into the abbey and find that the others are kind of stirring as well.
The shadows. And I'll lay the blanket like on top of this little dresser here, fold it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll come poke Cerise.
Me.
All right, come on.
What? Oh, my back.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't even know how you fell asleep on that thing. It looks wildly uncomfortable.
I don't know. Oh, she's like wiping drool from the side of her face. We had, a painful day. I was just so sleepy.
That's fair. It's been a long one. But we're not done yet. We've still got something very important to take care of.
We do?
Yes. Remember, we have to... She almost says it and was like, oh, I'm gonna charge. Right. We have to rob Greta. Well, not rob, like, I mean, if there's something that's maybe expensive in there, we could take it. But, specifically, for the good of another person, she looks at the Fortuna statue. We're doing a good deed, I promise.
You know that thieves and pirates also pray to Fortuna, right?
It's true.
Oh, that's right. Oh, she doesn't care. Okay. Fortuna, please wish us the best of luck in robbing the house of this woman. Thank you. Is that how you talk to her? I don't know.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, the like more formal churches of Fortuna that you'd find established in towns would frown on like the more cardinal sins, and murder and the like, but would not frown on like Robin Hood types.
That's us. We're the Robin Hood types.
Yeah.
Alright, come on, Sarita. We've gotta go. She grabs your arm, not allowing you to sit back down and go back to sleep.
No. She's being dragged away. She'll look at the statue. Fortuna, smile upon us.
Oh, goodness. I don't even know how to begin with these two.
I don't know. Just poke them.
I poke Leo on the cheek.
Leah kind of jolts a little bit and she goes, did you just poke me?
I mean, not hard.
No,
After you
not
get awake.
hard, but
Hope you had a good sleep.
in the
Time to
cheek?
get up.
Really?
It's like, where would you prefer me to have poked you?
I don't know. The arm, maybe?
Okay, she pokes you in the arm.
Okay.
Harder.
Okay.
Teresa's gonna squeeze in. I mean, maybe she's small enough.
Probably.
Maybe. And she's just gonna gently shake Kagox's arm. Oh, Kagox. Hey, Gox.
Oh. It's you.
Mm. Yeah. We got business to do.
Yes.
You okay, K-Gox? Still kind of sleepy?
Yes. Very, very sleepy. A long day. Sarisa. Yes. Yes.
Seriously, will kind of like tilt her head to that. Yeah, it was a long day. Trust me. I totally passed out on one of these, pews. And she's just gonna tap one of them.
These benches do not stink.
What? Yes, you... Yep. Okay. Well... Anyway, are we guys ready to... go rob a house?
I'm ready.
And she'll quickly glance around to see if anyone was listening. Oh,
You don't
okay,
see anybody else around. It seems like the nuns have kind of turned in for the night.
Oh, okay, phew.
Yes, I am ready.
Alright. Gosh. This is over with, I guess. Fortune favors the bold. So let's go be bold.
Yeah, so you kind of all stretch a little bit from your night sleeping on not the best beds in the world, even though there were
I don't know.
beds in the room next door.
Sorry about the ground is
I know.
And with your stuff gathered up, you make your way back out into the cold night.
Why did you?
cold night, guys. It's immersion. It's immersion.
Oh, it's cold. Oh, I like.
I mean, not.
cold.
I'm assuming like you've been at
it's
a
not
beach at nighttime.
Cool.
It's like a
It's
little chilly.
definitely not cold for Kegos, but
No,
Fair.
but it is cooler for Kegos.
it does kind of, it's cooler, and it does give you a little shiver because the kind of the sea air at night is quite cool, and so
Yeah.
you do kind of
Hella
get that
breezy.
sweeping wind through the city streets that kind of sends a shiver down your spine. But there doesn't seem like there's too many people out and about in the nighttime.
Good for us, guys.
As you kind of walk through the streets, you can see a couple people occasionally, some of them drunk, stumbling back from a bar, some of them just kind of returning home from a late night of working, looking exhausted, but none of them really pay you any mind. They just assume you're the same. So is your destination just Greta's house as it's been marked for you?
Yes.
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 Very well. Then yeah, it doesn't take you all that long to just wind your way back through the city and to pinpoint the house that was marked for you. Where did I put it? Somewhere around here. There it is. I found it. Gotta click the light switch off for you first. When there's maps that I know, sometimes you guys will visit at night. I make 2 versions of it.
Dang.
Here, I can demonstrate if you want. Watch.
Yes, please.
Click.
Whoa!
Daytime.
That's
What?
crazy.
Nighttime. Whoa! Now that's a prepared DM.
Heck yeah.
And so you quickly find, just kind of squinting your eyes a little bit in the darkness to find the numbers on the houses, but you find the one marked and confirm that it is indeed Greta's house, which is this one, to specify.
Alright. First of all, is like there's windows, right? I remember when we scouted it, there was windows.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Are like the blinds closed over them, or can we see through?
The blinds are closed, yes.
Okay.
It's kind of
All right.
curtains on the inside.
Okay. Really quick.
I was just double checking where the windows were so I could point them out for you. The windows there's like one here and one
there.
here. And I believe you
Okay,
guys looked
alright.
and saw that there was a chimney up there before.
Okay. All right. I want to kind of, before we just do anything at all, I'd like to go off kind of to the side here, around the side of the house, and I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts, because I can detect the presence of a thinking creature I can't see within 30 feet of me, unless there's 2 feet of rock or 2 inches of metal other than lead or a thin sheet of lead. But I don't think there is, unless something crazy is going on in here.
So you're just kind of like casting out a net for anybody nearby you
Yeah.
to try to see if you can sense any thoughts.
Yeah.
All right. You get just like you're just doing like that cursory kind of scan, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to kind of like angle it, specifically trying to find in this house. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get anything kind of from that direction. You just kind of get like a mumbling, just sort of like a passing thought of like, what should I make for dinner tomorrow? But it's not in that direction.
Who is that man?
Probably from one of the other houses.
I hope he figures it out. Okay, then I'll run back over. She's like, okay, all right. I don't think there's anyone inside. If there is, though, please don't blame me. I'm new to this.
Okay, gather around, everyone. Wait, how long does pass without a trace? Oh, wait, it's concentration, T. Right?
Tee-hee.
Tee-hee. Right, so... Alright, this is... Well...
As you're kind of huddling together,
Uh-oh.
Oh my god! Cute!
Yes! Oh my god. I forgot how cute the bat token is. Oh my god.
Little guy.
Stop, look at him.
you do get the little like flap of leathery wings
This is
overhead,
so exciting.
and you see kind of like darting around above you is a little bat.
Oh my god.
So cute.
Wait, do we know this bat?
Is it attacking us?
Fire!
Ow! Right.
Anthena is not listening to you anymore and is watching the bat fly around.
The bat like flies around for a little bit, kind of just like circling you all, and then lands and just like hangs from one of your horns, Anthena.
Oh my god.
That's so cute.
That's so
Oh my
cute.
God.
Oh, okay. We know the bat. Good. Okay. Now that everybody's here, it is my time to shine. Tee-hee. Oh wait, I say tee-hee. She didn't say tee-hee. Whoops.
She can say tee-hee.
Heh.
Of course, yes.
Yeah, Cerise would like to cast Pass Without a Trace on everyone? Can't you do that? Making you
Yeah,
and your
it's just a group in that radius.
Oh, so do they have to stay within a 30 radius?
Yeah, it's like an aura.
Oh,
But it's like
okay.
around you, right? So as long as we're just around you.
Yeah, it looks like basically that.
Oh, that's 30?
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
big.
Oh, dang. Okay, so usually cast is pass without trace. Or pass without trace. Where's the me? Hello?
Pass without the trace.
I won't leave this on, but you understand how big it is now.
Yes. Okay. Cool. And she'll be like, there. That should help. I hope.
Yeah, so you kind of like feel this like little bit of like a shadowy veil kind of fall around all of you. And as you guys kind of walk, there's no more footsteps, no more rustling of grass under your feet.
Ooh, oh, that's helpful. Thank you, Sarisa.
My father would be so proud.
I ruffle Cerise's hair with my trunk. You've done well, Sprout. You've done well.
Oh!
Oh, Sprout.
Ah.
Are you saying
The,
I'm short?
The bat drops off your horns and in one motion, kind of somersaulting in midair, changes into Malia.
So sick.
I thought you were gonna say sexy, and I was like,
I
okay,
mean,
I understand.
I mean,
I mean,
I mean, you said it.
I like to
And so she-
imagine Anthena was in the process of going to pet the bat and fully becomes a person.
she flips back into person, and you're petting like her hair.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm sorry. I did.
Oh,
Oh, you're still bad. Okay.
that's all right. It kind of felt nice.
Oh. Okay. Oh. Oh. But all right. Well, that's good. Okay. All right. Let's break into this house. Hi. By the way, nice to see you.
Hello.
Hope it's been going well. We were just, wondering.
Boring mostly. Not
Yeah,
really much to do. No one to talk to when you guys are not around.
That does make sense. We are very talkative, aren't we?
But I did pledge my aid if you needed me in the nighttime.
Yes.
And so, what are we doing?
Well, okay. We're kind of breaking into this house here. Don't worry, it's nothing.
Oh.
I mean, it's for a good cause, I should say. There's this woman, this dancer. Her name is Ivy.
I don't mind. I've broken into many houses myself.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, because I feel like we're all relatively new. Maybe. And Dana looks at Leah. I don't know. May not all new. But regardless, we're trying to find a contract. Because the owner of this house is a manager of this dancer, but she's really, really horrible and doesn't treat her well. And if we find the contract, then she can break it and not be in her employ anymore, which would be good. So that's what we're trying to find. But I don't know. This woman's kind of awful. So if you guys see anything you like, you can just take it, I guess.
But not. We don't want to raise. Well, we are stealing the contract, and I guess that would raise suspicion. So never mind. Never mind.
I mean, again, maybe. I mean, she's gonna figure out that the contract's gone, and if we only steal that, then I don't know. She'll probably figure out that Ivy put someone up to it, and that would maybe be dangerous. So,
Right.
hey, let's
You just want to
take a bunch of stuff. I didn't say that. No, I don't really need anything. But if you see something you like, or actually that could be worth some money, that could also be useful.
I guess, but before we even talk about stealing stuff, we kind of need to figure out how we're gonna get in the house.
That's true. Well, there's windows.
What would you have me do?
I mean, so there's windows, which Leah and I are very good at going through, of course.
This is
but
true. We are quite.
Mhm.
Only when they're open, of course. I noticed there's a chimney up there, so if we had someone who could transform into a flying small animal, they could maybe go through there.
Guys, make
That
sure to
is-
stay together.
That is what I usually do.
I mean, I think that's the best course of action. I did try to see. I don't think there's anyone inside, or at least nothing that's capable of thinking. So hopefully we should be in the clear. But just be careful.
Would you like me to do that now, then?
I mean, if you're ready, yeah. Unless
Mhm.
anybody had anything else.
Whenever you want.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, we should probably go as quickly as possible. I feel like I don't know. I feel like maybe somebody in these other houses is maybe looking at us. There's somebody that's currently deciding what they want to have for dinner tomorrow night, so they're probably occupied.
Yeah, let's make this quick.
Very well. I shall not delay that.
It's so cute. I'm so obsessed.
Now you see the bat kind of flutter its way up to the chimney and then drop down and dive inside. And then you wait for a moment. Silence.
She said she's done this before, right?
Yeah. She said she's done this lots of times. And there shouldn't be anyone in there.
And then the door, you hear a click from behind the door. And the door swings open, and Amalia is sitting there in vampire form, covered in soot.
See? Okay, it's all
that-
fine.
That's not so hard. See? She smiles.
A wonderful job. See, okay, one of us needs to learn how to turn into, like, an animal. Leah, can you do that? Is that something that you can...
Look,
can...
turn into an animal.
Yeah,
I can show you how, but you won't like the process of it.
I'm assuming it involves becoming a vampire.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that would make sense.
No, thank you.
Maybe at some point.
She just kind of like gestures to the open door and says, "After you."
Ooh, alright.
Oh,
Let's go,
she's
guys.
welcoming us. That's funny, because in the class, in the books that I've read,
Yeah, she just like as she like gestures and for you guys to enter. She just like murmuring to herself. They often say that vampires are not allowed in unless they're invited, but it's really not true. It's just folk tales.
is that not true? That's what all the books say. Oh,
Yes, I thought so too until I was one myself. For a long time, I sort of just fluttered about outside because I thought that I had to be invited in. It took me a very long time before I actually realized I could just walk inside.
Oh.
if I dumped like a bag of rice like at your feet, would you feel compelled to count it?
I don't think so. That sounds annoying.
That's another one that I've heard. But I mean, if
Really?
the
I've not
inviting
heard
thing
that
felt-
one. I suppose we could try it later if you're free.
yeah, for the name of science.
Okay, guys. Hey, focus. We gotta focus.
Lock in.
We're locked in! We're locked in! Lock in! We have to
Alright.
quickly find what we're looking for, grab it, and get out.
And
we're not...
grab other stuff if you want to.
Sure.
I think it'd be good to cover our tracks. That way, the blame can't be pinned on Ivy later.
Right.
So as you enter into Greta's living room, you can see that there's a couch on one side, a kind of like very roughly flickering candle lit a long time ago and allowed to burn out, sits on the table. On your left, there's a fireplace and a rug. The rug is covered in footprints that are soot-stained footprints.
Uh-oh. We should probably do something about that. We don't want them to figure out how we got in, right?
Right. I think I can take care of that. Unseen servant. Hang on. I'll just have it follow us around, and clean up any traces that we leave.
Yeah, because Teresa's gonna look over at a little vampire friend here. Is she leaving sooty footprints?
Yeah, she was, and then she kind of like sees what you guys are doing and looks down and goes, "Oh, sorry, my fault."
No,
She takes her boots off and carries them around.
Oh,
Okay.
you could hand them to the servant. It can hold stuff.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And she just like wanders blindly because she can't see it. Is it over here?
Yeah, it's. I'll point to right here.
She just holds her shoes out into the air and they just kind of float. Oh, that's very helpful.
Yeah, it's really great for doing chores because it can do pretty much anything we could do, but extra set of hands,
Seems quite useful.
All right. Let's see what's behind this door. And Teresa goes to open the door.
Yeah, it's not locked, so you just make your way into a kitchen.
Okay, good. I don't think Greta or whatever her name is would keep the contract in her front room.
Probably not. I'm assuming it's gonna be in her bedroom or
Unless-
office.
Teresa's gonna check
Oh.
that potted plant.
It's just a potted plant. There's some dirt down on the bottom of it. It looks maybe a little neglected, a little withered. She hasn't been watering it as much as she should.
Oh, that's unfortunate. No, I don't think the contract would be
Why
here.
buy a plant if you're not gonna water it?
Right?
Awful.
She's evil.
She's evil! Right.
What's in these boxes here?
Yeah, so you kind of take a peek around the kitchen. You can see some kind of food stuff left out on the counter. There's some, like a half-eaten plate that's been allowed to get cold, as well as just some food kind of tossed to the side for later use. There's a few sacks of flour. There's some crates that contain kind of dried meats and stuff like that. It's a pretty standard kitchen.
Alright, I won't steal her food. If anyone's hungry, though, could take a snack.
I'm good. I think I'm done picking up random, foodstuffs and not knowing the origin or, something's been done to them.
Not a sign on these that says don't eat. I think you're fine.
Right. Well, I don't think she'd keep the contract in the kitchen, right?
Don't let one poisoned grape ruin a lifetime of taking random food from random places.
Okay. How much random food are you going to be taking throughout your lifetime? It's the real question.
Depends what I come across.
Fair enough.
So you eventually kind of all drift towards this door. Kegok, so you listen behind it,
Yes.
or you press your ear to it and listen for what's behind it, but you don't hear anything.
Would I make a perception check or no?
No, you press your ear. It's a quiet night. There's nothing
Okay.
really else making any noise, so you don't hear anything.
Okay.
I send
the
the
door-
servant in first.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like, could we send something in first?
I send the servant in. That just has boots in it. It's just a pair of floating boots, basically.
Yeah.
Go, Boots, go!
There is a keyhole on this door. I'll add
Oh,
that.
I look through. Look through the keyhole.
Yeah. Can we look through the keyhole?
Yeah, looking through the keyhole, you can't really see too much. You just kind of see some far walls that are just very, very dimly lit.
Ooh, let me see.
You can't see any people
can
in there.
I can see in the dark.
Yeah, wait, somebody
unlike
with
you.
dark vision, maybe.
Yeah.
It's not me.
So he's gonna take a peek.
Leo has it also, but wait, Teresa's in front.
Yeah, you take a peek. You can't quite see like the floor or too far to the left or right. You can kind of see the very edge of like another door, maybe right here, Sarisa.
Another door where?
But you can just kind of see like the knob of it, just part of it through the keyhole. You can't quite get the right angle. And then you can see a wall kind of up here, just slightly, but you can't really see like these corners necessarily because it's a little too tight to the keyhole, right? And you can see the far wall, but you can't really see like too much of the room. You can't see the ceiling or the floor.
Okay.
But there is definitely
like...
nobody in there, and there doesn't
Nobody
seem to
in
be too much furniture either.
Okay.
The way you're phrasing things is making me nervous.
I know.
You
Okay.
can't see too far to the other side of the door.
Right, Teresa will be looking. It's like, okay, I don't think there's anyone in the room. I see another door off to the left. Yeah, left. Yeah, left. But yeah, I don't think anyone's in there. So we're just gonna test the doorknob.
Does seem to be locked.
Locked.
This door's locked.
Who locks a door in their own house? Okay. Alright, key. Find a key.
Well, I could just spell it open.
Yeah, I was
Yeah, that's
about
probably
to ask
smart.
could Teresa use thaumaturgy? Yeah, thaumaturgy on the door. Is that a thing?
Is it open doors?
No, what I mean is, Leah has knock. So
Oh, sick!
Oh, I can't
Great
read,
spell.
guys.
I
Love
prepared
knock.
it
Yeah,
for
so
before today.
thaumaturgy specifies that it needs to be an unlocked door.
Okay, cool. I can't read.
Imagine
knock-
I always explain thaumaturgy to people as the haunted house spell. So you can make like a door open and shut or windows open and close. Anything that you could do to kind of like convince somebody that your house is haunted, that's what thaumaturgy lets you do. But it
Oh,
can't
that's
unlock
sick.
locked doors.
Leah, read the description of.
Yeah, no, I know. It's loud though, so
Could
I
I?
think that's fine. There's nobody in there.
it goes up to 300 feet.
Oh, okay, no.
Could I
let's not
break
do
the
it.
door? Like we're wanting it to look like a break-in anyway. Can I just
I
break
mean-
the
Yeah.
door?
It's
That's
a pretty
true.
standard wooden door. It has a lock on it, but it's about the same as this door. With a hard enough hit, it would splinter.
I mean,
Yeah, I'd like to break it then.
find the
Knock is the
keys.
backup plan. While that's happening, can we look around for a key?
Yeah, make a quick
Um,
investigation. Anybody who wants to look around, make an investigation quick, and Kegos make a strength. Or just an attack roll if you want. Like
Okay.
to
And
hit.
make sure to high five your friendly Cereza.
Okay. Strength check. There we go.
Can you only give it to one person?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm
Challenge
fine with
the guy-
either your athletics or your like your
Oh,
to hit roll for your weapon. Either works
Athletic.
for me.
Okay.
Kegos.
Okay. Athletics would be a little bit higher. So let me.
Yeah,
let me
yeah.
try
That's, I meant
athletics.
just any sort of strength roll, whatever. Use your highest one.
Oh, you can high five Cereza maybe one at a time.
So that's a D4 for the guidance.
Yeah.
It's a total of a 10.
All right. So Kegos, as you guys turn around to search, Kegos hits the door, and there's just this loud like thud that echoes throughout the quiet house. The door doesn't quite splinter. There's a little crack down the middle of it from that hit, but it doesn't splinter and it's not open yet. You're gonna have to hit it again.
I'm gonna hit it one more time.
Oh my god.
It is muffled externally because you do have your pass without trace, so you're kind of in this like veil of like people who are around are sort of like perception filtered a little bit because you are making higher stealth rolls, right? So there is like this vague sense, but it's not gonna stop too much noise necessarily.
Do I still have guidance or no?
Yeah, you can have it again. I don't mind.
Okay.
The others are kind of poking around, but Cerisa can be here to kind of help you.
15.
All right. So with the
15
second
total.
hit, at that kind of crack that you created, you focus on that structural flaw and hit it again, and the door splinters there. And so it doesn't actually like break in half and fall inwards, Kgox. It just sort of like cracks enough that the like lock disengages, and now you could still swing the door, but it is like definitively broken. It's kind of bent.
That's what I was aiming for. So okay, and I swing the door open.
But I send the servant in first.
All right. Well, as you swing the door open,
Oh god.
this is what you see.
Oh. Ew.
Oh no.
That's concerning. Okay.
Oh no.
Amalia sort of like sniffs there and goes, "So that was I was smelling."
You could have told us sooner.
But I thought she like glances at Anthena, and I thought it was your blood, since it's sort of very overpowering when I'm near you. But I guess I was wrong. I apologize.
Oh
No,
no.
it's okay.
What did we get ourselves into again?
Well, I mean,
don't
the
touch
thing
it.
is, she's not home, so
Just don't touch it. Just walk around it. I don't know. Just don't touch it.
It is in the center of the floor. It is very hard to avoid it.
Well, just
Uh,
don't, I don't know. Touch it.
Yeah. So in the center of this floor, you can see etchings formed into a circle and a pentagram. But the markings themselves appear to be almost like burned into the floor in these very fine lines to make up the sigil. And at the center of the sigil itself, you can see this kind of blood-stained wood.
Can we like make
Right?
a
Yeah, wait.
investigation or perception?
yeah. Arcana, maybe? Who has higher Arcana?
Me.
Ooh,
Okay,
Yeah.
well, yeah, that would make sense.
Arcana, religion, investigation, whatever you want.
Ooh, okay.
Leah got a
do-
non-natural 20.
I'll do an investigation so we cover our bases.
I'll
Oh,
do religion.
nobody look at that.
Okay,
Jesus
with
Christ.
your 20, you kind of take a second to investigate it. You kind of work your way around it, Leah, a little bit. And you notice that in the corner, tucked away, there are these bottles. And as you kind of take a peek at them, they're filled with crimson liquid, probably blood. Each stoppered with a cork, and sitting next to them is a blood-stained knife. And so you estimate that some sort of blood sacrifice has occurred here. Whose blood it is, hard to say. When it occurred, probably a while ago, judging by how the blood is rather dry on the floor.
How long is a while
Um,
ago?
Well, it's a little hard to say past a certain point. It's dried blood.
Yeah.
Yikes.
But you know, it's probably at least several weeks old.
Okay. Oh my god.
Okay.
I was like,
Um,
are we
but-
too late? Did she fucking kill her?
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah, well before you arrived in the city is what you estimate.
Okay. Oh, thank god.
And Leah, you imagine this to have been some sort of blood rite. But demonology is not really your kind of thing. So
Yeah.
though you estimate it to probably be infernal, you can't really say what transpired here.
I report my findings with the group.
That's evil.
Could
That's
I
evil.
could I have my servant, my unseen servant, because it can hold things and do like basic human tasks. Can I have it kind of mess up the sigil a little bit? I just want to like break it so that it's not like a complete like circle, you know, like kind
Yeah.
of like take a dagger and just kind of scratch
Yeah,
over
if you
it.
gave it something to use, it could kind of like
I have
scrape
a-
away
I have
at
a
it a little
dagger.
bit. It can't like it's not really like a thing you can like slash with and attack
Yeah,
with. But if you just gave
yeah.
it something hard, it could scrape away at the floorboards.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I have a little dagger. There's also that
Mhm.
knife over there, but I mean, I don't. I
It's
don't
also
know if we wanna-
holding fuse, but I don't know if that'll do the trick.
Oh! Yeah, I don't know if it'll. I don't know if shoes are strong enough.
The heel of her shoe.
Are they like heeled shoes?
Yeah, they are.
Oh my god, queen. I don't want to mess up her shoes. I don't like. I know we can't scrape. It's burned into the floor, but I just want to kind of make it so that it has some kind of interruption.
Yeah, you could kind of scratch an interruption into it.
Cool. Okay. It does that. Not me though. I'm not touching that.
All right. Yeah. So you see, it's still carrying the shoes, but you hand it a dagger, and so you see like the shoes float along as if it's like carrying them on an invisible platter, like a butler might. But it also cradles the knife in the other hand, and you see the knife kind of bend down, and begin to sort of scrape away at the wood. There's this kind of scratching noise that the rest of you hear as it begins to work at the circle.
What? And Dana, what is your invisible servant doing?
I don't know, breaking the sigil a little bit
Well,
so that
you
it's.
don't know if that will do anything.
Well, I mean, it's not glowing or anything right now, so I don't think it's on. But I think that it will help in
Well, you
preventing.
You shouldn't mess with it. It's evil.
I'm
It's
not messing
evil.
with it. Do you see? I'm not touching it. See,
Your
my
unseen
invisible-
servant is touching it. Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
It can't be. It's fine. It's an unseen servant. It's basically just like a gust of wind.
Kigos, you listen at that door, and similarly, you don't hear anything.
Okay, fine.
But as you guys are kind of like making your way to that door, and the scratching is continuing, Anthony, you watch the knife move, and then as it sort of breaks and creates that gap in the circle of just sort of mundane wood in between where the burned segments are, this is what happens.
Oh God.
Oh no.
What? What? Why would that? Why would breaking it help it? What the hell?
From the center and sort of following along the lines, the arcane sigil just ignites into this like searing, eerie lilac light that just bathes the whole room in its glow. And you can see these sort of acrid brimstone sparks all kind of surging up from the sigil as it begins to burn brighter and brighter and brighter. And then you see the center of it begin to glow so bright that you almost can't look at it. And
I ready my maul.
Don't do this.
something emerges.
Uh-huh.
Don't do it, bro. Don't do it.
Oh no.
The music titles? Excuse me. Oh god.
1 sec, I gotta find what emerges.
Oh my god.
Oh no. Guys, I thought I was helping! Since we're this breathing message will make it work!
Yeah,
That's what-
Teresa, while this was happening, is gonna be looking at Athena, just giving her like the dirtiest look while everything
Athena
gets
looks
brighter and brighter.
mortified. Back up.
Just want to double check something. Just need to double check so I don't make the wrong thing show up. It's a while ago when I wrote this. I'm just scrolling in the note.
Okay, so this was prepped, guys. It probably would have happened regardless of my thing.
No, you triggered it. It was
You got
prep.
your ass.
You triggered what was prep.
Jesus.
Oh no!
Oh my gosh.
Stop letting me do things every time. Every time something bad happens. Oh fuck!
No, what is that? No!
Why to?
Someone called the Diablo.
Oh.
Three creatures emerge from this bright,
Ew.
blistering, glowing
Ew.
light. And as they sort of crawl up out of the floor, as if they're sort of like unmerging from it, the two hellhounds sort of glare and growl, and you see as they growl, their throats begin to glow and flame. But another creature actually flutters up out of them as well. And it looks like a human head, though warped and twisted, and it has these like sort of torn, hideous, malformed bat wings on either side where the ears should be. And so these hellhounds, they level themselves at you and they growl. These guard dogs turn towards you, ready to attack. But the other creature, the Vargui, actually begins to dart towards the door.
Towards the door?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Can I grab him? He
Yeah,
is
you
a
can roll
flying
initiative,
head.
everybody.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Dirty 20.
6.
3.
Oh, this is not good.
13.
All right. So we will have to leave it here because we're already past.
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck.
We don't have time for a combat encounter. But yes, the two hellhounds ready to attack, and the Vargui attempts to dart out of the door.
I had a thought, but I'm just on the off chance somebody maybe put a hole in the sigil, trying to do the right thing, realizing maybe could have been a barrier, possibly. Maybe.
Did we?
Probably not, though.
close
Certainly not.
this-
That can't be what it was.
Did
I
we
doubt
close
it.
this door?
Nope.
Can we say that we
Nope,
did?
we didn't say that
Uh-oh.
we closed
No.
the door, so.
We're fucked, guys. Let's say it.
I
He's
just.
gonna tell on you.
Who's he going to tell?
He's
Uh-oh.
tattling.
Greta,
The owner of the
probably.
With his big
Yeah.
ass fucking head.
So yeah, this is. I thought interesting. I'm in theorist mode now. It's definitely her security plan, but I'm wondering what triggers that. I guess if anything touches it, I'm assuming. Or
Or
it might be
someone
the
touch-
other door. It might not be my fault. Okay.
Mhm.
I don't know. He did say as
Here,
soon as he
Kofi.
started scratching it, the sigil lit up.
We'll never know, guys. We'll never know.
Oh my
We'll
No.
never
We'll
know.
never- It's a mystery.
This is great. Predicament.
So we'll
Who
leave
could
it
have
here.
done this? Who could have done this?
Who could have done this?
Wait, I'm gonna make an image. You all will see it later.
So we will leave it here for tonight. And we will return to see what happens next time on Gaunt's Gold.
Tune in next week.
Tune in next
To be
week.
continued.
So, off the top of our heads, does anything interfere with next week?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I'm good.
I should be good. I will let you guys know.
Very well. Yeah, let me know if anything changes, and we will pencil ourselves in for a yes. And someone needs a cancellation or a rearrangement, we can always make that work. So yeah, we'll say next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, for the next session of Gaunt's Gold. So coming up on the channel, we got 2 more streams, probably two, Rika. We're gonna do Elden Ring. I think everybody was good with Elden Ring,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody's good with Elden Ring.
All right, then we'll say almost probably yes, almost probably. So Saturday we'll have a stream Elden Ring probably around 7. But Friday we got another thing. We're bringing back the boy, Grandpa Billy, and we're sending him to prison.
Woo!
For those of you who missed the old school streams that we did, I don't mean the streams from last year or something like that. I mean the streams of the video game old school. They were some of the hardest I've laughed in a stream ever. And we're gonna play another game by that same dev called Hard Time, in which we go to prison instead of elementary school. Same type of game, so it'll be just as chaotic. That'll be Friday. So yeah, tune in for that. That's what we got coming up on the channel, and of course, then yeah, we'll do our Elden Ring probably, almost probably.
Probably.
And that's our seamless co-op playthrough of Elden Ring with the gang, with Seraphim and Bluefin, as we progress our way through Elden Ring. Seraphim and Rika doing it for the first time, almost completely blind. So they're
Pretty much.
experiencing the game pretty much exclusively blind, which is very nice to see. It's very refreshing. Like I'm playing the game for the first time when I play it with them. And we'll be tackling most of Caelid. So
Oh God.
if you know what awaits in Caelid, you know what's gonna come up on the next stream. And Joan of Dark has another AMV also already prepped. Been
Just
ready
about
for, like-
to ask.
It's been ready for 2 weeks now, and she's been screaming at me to just tweet it already. So
This is so exciting.
you get to see that.
Well, I can't wait to see it.
Joan of Dark, we love your AMVs.
We do.
Real,
We're such
true.
big fans.
She's very cool and awesome for making them.
We love you,
Yeah.
Joan Dark.
Exactly. She's probably saying thank you,
Aw.
but I wouldn't know. It's she makes them, not me.
Yeah.
She just sends them to me. She emails them to me
What's her email?
with
Can I
like
email
a
her?
bunch
Yeah,
of
can I have
with
her
like
email?
a bunch of like emoticons, not like emojis, like old
Like
fashioned.
the old school
emoticons, yeah.
emoticons.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Some like colon 3s and stuff like that.
Oh hell yeah! Love a :3.
But anyways, that's what's coming up on the channel. So tune into that. Thank you, chat, for watching, and thanks, players, for playing. I think jump gate works pretty well. No,
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
pretty smooth.
I'm liking it. It's extremely smooth. It's extremely smooth.
Seems like they
Smooth
didn't take anything away. They just kind of took what already existed and made it work better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was some effects. Oh no, I'll show you next time.
Ooh,
Don't worry.
okay.
There was some more stuff I was going to show off, but we didn't actually get to it because we got talking in the church. But I'll show you next time. I won't do a demo now. I'll just show you next time.
Ooh, okay.
It'll be
We'll
cool.
hold you to it. We'll hold you to it.
You'll see. But anyways, take care, everybody. Should we raid somebody? Should we send the chat somewhere?
Ooh, yeah.
Send you to. Send you to Space Shaman. She's playing. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's either Reka, or Rika, which is weird.
Hey, Me?
But it's that
Hello?
game where you're like it's like the Baba Yaga simulator, where you're a
Oh,
witch in the woods.
Yes, I have that on my wish list. I think it's Rekka because it's.
I
Are
assumed it
you
was that, but we have a Rika here with us, so I needed to pronounce it like that
It's,
instead.
it's
So I
true.
thought it was funny.
Heh.
Anyways, we'll go raid her. Go and say hello. Go be polite. Go have a good time. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for watching. Kisses you and tucks you in. Good night.